Merry Corpsmas Eve, everyone.
Merry Corpsmas.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Just so you guys know, the folks here, I've set it up so you can see. They can see the Warren, which is the BBS that I run, and they're seeing you guys, the chat room in the Warren for the first time. Hello, my name is Mainframe, but you guys know that already. This is the rest of MFEC. You may have heard of them.
I am not part of MFEC.
MFEC plus acquaintances.
Well, Mordecai is apparently late, so we needed another M, so thanks for being here, Miss J.
Yep, no, I see where you got the M from.
See, I was trying to do MFEC or Jumfuck.
That did not come out the way you were intending.
I just figured out who came up with the name for your group.
Oh, well, welcome.
It's cold out there.
Please don't touch anything.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Did anyone in not errant follow you?
I hope not.
All right.
I didn't see anyone astrally anyway. Hey. Hey, Miss J. Didn't know you'd be here.
Hey, Big Papa.
Oh, yeah.
So as you know, it's Corpsmas Eve, and so it's a time for celebration and gathering and a little bit of capitalism.
Who are you talking to?
It's the chat from my BBS. But you know that because you're hip with the Matrix lingos. So it's the Warren. The Warren says hello. They're very excited to meet the rest of MFEC, but and I wanted to apologize in advance. The quality of this connection may not be what you are used to. I had to, for security purposes, we're bouncing through several different grids. So
That's very impressive.
Thank you. I took your advice about the hop through.
No, if you transition at least 3 times,
that's when you really scrub the signals. So hopefully everything should be secure. Why don't we introduce everyone? Let's start with you. I don't want to introduce you for you, but yes.
All right. Hello, Matrix chummers. My name's Cromwell. I'm a butler who never shadowruns or anything illegal like that. I just am a normal troll. What buttles?
I'm Ellie Hawthorne, and I'm a student.
I'm Mordecai. I'm just a friend. Just a friend. I'm not family, I'm a friend. They can, it's...
Yeah, they know that MFEC.
Who would watch us?
It's how chat rooms work. It's just, I run it and it's fine. Everything's fine.
Fang. I'm just, coolest one here. It's fine. You might have heard me before. I have a bright yellow helmet. I couldn't bring it.
Well, which brings a question. I mean, if we were Shadowrunners, which
we're
not.
We're not Shadowrunners.
Who brought up the word Shadowrunning?
No.
That was not a thing that we know.
Ridiculous.
Then
We're
we
the
would
family.
not want people to know who we are, but because we're not Shadowrunners, I guess it's fine that you wear a bright yellow helmet.
Yeah. All the time.
Are you saying that if she was a Shadowrunner, it would not be fine to wear a bright yellow helmet?
Well, it just would seem a little counterproductive.
Maybe we should talk about that not on Corpsmas Eve.
I'm certain if you were all Shadowrunners, you would be mostly adequate.
Yes. It's
The best.
Speaking of, why don't you
one.
introduce yourself?
I'm Miss J. You may call me Miss J. And I have a job at a place. as many do.
We are all gainfully employed.
We have sins and everything.
Right.
We do.
And licenses for anything we have on our person.
Yes.
And as you know, hello, my name is Mainframe. I am an IT specialist. Yeah, and I run this BBS, the Warrant. So it's good. We're celebrating Corpsmas Eve with the people who are important to us, and that's what's important. Now, the reason everyone wanted to tune in is because I had mentioned that Cromwell was developing a Corpsmas Eve game for us.
Oh!
To help us celebrate and get in a festive mood, and everyone just got so excited that I couldn't turn them down. I just couldn't.
Right. And when we was in Japan, you remember that space dragon? What was the janitor?
No, we don't.
No,
we didn't
no,
do
we-
that.
we
There's
were
no
never-
record of any
never
trips to
went
Japan.
to
Nothing
Japan.
like that. But I met
Legal.
somebody who had this idea for a business plan. What was we play games and we stream it onto the Matrix, and people on the BBSs watch us play. It sounds like a terrible business plan
It's
to me,
Awful.
but I
That's-
thought we'd give it a try.
People watching other people play games. It could work. It's a crazy idea.
I mean, who wouldn't want to watch? That's fine.
So
But if you don't like it, you can log out, and you can log in at some other time when we are just doing normal BBS things that have nothing to do with Shadowrunning.
Just click the X on your
You mean not
Netscape.
Shadowrunning?
Yes,
And you'll log
nothing to do with Shadowrunning.
Yes.
Not Shadowrunning. Yes. So, yeah, and don't forget, if anybody gets hungry, we have soy corn here, and we recommend soy. Soy corn's a great traditional Corpsmas Eve. So, does anybody want to share any stories about Corpsmas Eve before we get started? Like personal stories or happy stories or legends or anything?
Every Corpsmas Eve was the only time the other mafia bosses could ask my father for a favor.
That sounds very traditional.
Yeah.
I shouldn't ask about the but thank you for sharing that. So Corpsmas Eve is a time of giving and asking for giving sometimes. I assume you're not obligated for the same. Like you don't have to give us favors if we ask for them tonight. It's not like hereditary, right?
No.
Wait.
Just checking.
we didn't
Are we
have.
telling stories?
Yeah, do you want to tell a story?
Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad would work security when they cut down half a forest as technology, because the trees live in houses during Christmas time.
Are you talking about Christmas trees that they would cut down from forests
Yeah.
in order to
Yeah.
sell them
Yeah.
for people to decorate in their homes, like this beautiful one over here?
I think they. Yeah.
Wait, but you had a real Christmas tree?
No,
growing up?
we couldn't afford it, but we
Oh.
guarded the
Oh.
real Christmas tree.
That makes more sense.
Nice.
We didn't celebrate Corpsmas in my family, but
What did
that's
you?
okay.
What did you?
All the
celebrate?
other kids did. We didn't really celebrate much of anything. I don't really want to talk about it.
Did you not have a Corpsmas bush?
We didn't have a Corpsmas bush, no.
On Yomi Island, one of the opposing gangs of Yomi Island would often try to break into your prison by climbing down through the incinerator at Christmas, and you would beat the living snot out of them and take their stuff
Yeah.
and open it up on Christmas, and you give it to each other.
Wow. That's really magical.
Stealing and regifting all at the same time. It's like it is magical.
This is actually the first time I've ever been invited to a Corpsmas celebration, so
Wait, you've never celebrated Corpsmas?
afraid not. It's just not something that we did, in our home, and then, well, I've never really had people who wanted to celebrate with me afterwards, and,
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Mordecai, I've spent many lonely Corpsmases over the years, but I try to get myself in the spirit by hanging decorative Corpsmas lights on the Matrix for places that could not afford that kind of decoration themselves.
I actually spent 3 Christmases in a row on the Matrix, so I appreciate those
Oh,
decorations.
maybe you saw some of my lights. Oh, that would be. I would be honored if you saw some of my decorations at some point.
I was unconscious and unable to occupy my real body, so probably.
So maybe we did spend a Corpsmas together sometime. See, that's the magic of Corpsmas. Maybe you were never alone this whole time. Maybe one of us was with you and you didn't even know.
I'm pretty sure I was alone.
No! Well, you were alone, yes, but for a long time because you were waiting to hang out with us. That's what it is. You were just waiting. You were secretly inside. You were just like slowly being like, one day I will meet my true family.
I just want you to know,
And
before
that's-
you got here, I filled the closet with a bunch of crap, so you can't go hide in there if you want to.
Wait, you
Well,
can't or
What'd you put in my broom closet?
Yeah, just some stuff.
I hope you put brooms in there, because I don't keep brooms in the
It's
broom
just-
closet. I've always
it's
been a
just-
little embarrassed.
To be
Stuff
clear,
in
I don't hide. You know, it's when I've slept over
Okay.
here before. It's
You
Just
call
a
it what you
rule.
want.
Well, you know, in tonight's role-playing game, I think you might have a chance to learn the true meaning of Corpsmas, or as it once was called, Christmas, after a man named Chris in the Fifth World.
Chris
Huh.
Kringle.
Right, Chris Kringle. It
his
was
last name was it Muss?
Christopher. The name was Christopher.
Oh.
Christopher, right. So short for Chris, and then must, like you must get to bed before the Santa arrives.
oh,
Why?
Well,
Oh.
we're going to find out in
Santas
tonight's...
were known for murdering children who were bad and turning them into coal.
Right.
I get that.
no wonder the
Did he
Fifth
also
World
steal their
didn't
stuff and
survive.
give it to other people?
He did. That's where the good children got their presents from.
So it's like you were Santa for a little bit.
It's a redistribution of wealth.
I'd love to be a Santa, breaking into people's houses in the middle of the night and give them a little bit of cheer, eating some of their milk and cookies, and then getting out before anyone catches you.
So
The North Pole Corporation was actually one of the first AAA corporations granted extraterritoriality in the North Pole.
Well, it shouldn't be hard to get extraterritoriality in the North Pole, since
Well, no one else wanted it. But
Right.
it's part of the reason why we have that.
That's
You're
right.
full of so much knowledge.
wasn't there a bunch
The
of
Matrix
dwarfs?
is full of so much
Like,
knowledge.
didn't all the dwarfs live with this Santa?
Right.
You're thinking
We-
about elves.
No, they were elves, but they look like dwarves.
Because they were short.
Right.
I think it was an early crossbreeding program.
we don't like to talk about it.
So wait, maybe it showed up there and then the Fifth World.
Now, someone in the Warren, Krellin is saying, you know, that there are some Fifth World people still alive. Well, and none of them accepted my invitation, Krellin. So we have to reconstruct as best we can from what we can find.
Surprisingly few people from the Fifth World are able to use modern technology. It's almost like they're old and curmudgeonly and refuse to accept that technology has moved on without them.
Well, here's what I did, alright? I downloaded on the Matrix this old Fifth World role-playing game. I was missing some of the books, and I can't really read the physical copies, so Elsie read me some of her history papers to fill in some of the details, and I've used that to create tonight's adventure that I thought we could play.
That sounds fun.
Wait, I didn't bring my katanas. Not that I own any, and if I do, I totally have permits for them.
Now, this is role-playing,
Oh.
so it's all in the imagination, and I've sent the books and the rules to your comm links, so you should be able to access them. And hopefully you all rolled up your characters that you're going to play in tonight's adventure, which takes place in 1990.
1990.
1990.
This sounds amazing. I
Oh,
am,
this was
I
the
am
thing.
excited about this.
It was the thing I was supposed to do that I totally did ahead of time.
I have a spare.
Oh god. No, but I totally did it ahead of time.
It's all right. Well, you can use one of the pre-generated characters if you need. All right. Now, here's what happens. It's 1990. All of you have gathered in a bar inside of a mall. It's called Applebee's.
Do they serve bees?
Like apples?
The bees have apples in them.
Oh, crossbeating, right?
The
bees are- are you
Applebee's.
Those are very large bees. Or are they the letter B?
Well, this is before all the bees died out on account of HMVV turned them all into
Zombie bees.
You're right, zombie bees.
Zombies.
Zombies.
So you're telling me we're
Zombies.
meeting in a time when bees roamed the earth wild.
Right, there were still
And
actual
they
bees.
ran bars.
Well, no, the bees weren't allowed inside of the Applebee's
Okay.
Yeah.
because they were specious back then. Now, in the Applebee's, you have all been called there. You've all received a mysterious message, and none of you, I think, have ever met each other before. Right, mainframe.
Can I have a pager as part of my equipment?
I think so. You look it up on the table and make sure it's an allowable, non-restricted item.
I got my call on a pager.
Right, so you get a pager. In fact, let's. You all show up and you're meeting each other for the first time. So let's find out who you all are.
Did you send me that email?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're at the table now. We're at a table in the bar
Right.
run by the bees.
Yes, so you're in a bar. It's a table right there. Tavern keeper comes by and drops off a mug of mead and a giant bowl of nougats.
Is it the holiday season?
It is, in fact, the holiday season. Different gangs that populate the mall that this Applebee's in, the golf gang, the jock gang, they have made peace for the time because the Overlord Santa has come to this mall, who rules with an iron fist.
Oh.
Wow, it's scary.
I believe he's in his throne grotto, where the Santa can be found.
Yes,
in
he
the mall,
sits in the middle.
Oh,
where
yeah.
people come pay homage.
People must
ask
bring
for
their
things.
children
Yes.
so they can sacrifice their children to the Santa, but usually he lets them pass.
But with a memory of evidence with the picture. And most of the kids cry. I hear.
Yes. Yes. Well, that is the standard sacrifice. Either that or
Tears?
bloodletting.
Mm.
So on this character creation screen that I've got here, it asks for like what our job is, like or our class.
Do you
Right.
want some help?
Just pick from the list
The
of available
Matrix.
options.
As a whole,
I can
in
use
general?
the Matrix. I'm
Yes.
quite proficient with it.
Certainly. But do you need some help?
Fine.
Do you want a physical copy instead?
Yes.
Do you need?
No, that's fine. Just fine. I probably have one somewhere here. Keep going.
All right. Well, you're all around the table. Why don't you
Okay.
introduce yourselves?
Hello. I am here because my pager buzzed. I am Betty Haynes. I am a famous entertainer who it may also be a mage that controls the weather and has a predilection for snow.
You notice all around her that waiters and horses tend to burst into song and dance when they are in her field of magic.
Oh, it's my turn. I am Robert Robson. You can call me Bob. I am playing a coal miner because we no longer have coal in the Sixth World, so I thought it would be an interesting experience to see what it would be like living in a clouded, polluted atmosphere from something such as coal.
Right. And Bob, you have the ability to breathe out clouds of black clouds, I believe, with your
Pollution.
black lung ability.
It's devastating.
And
Kills
I
thousands.
believe your known languages are Appalachian, Midwestern, as well as the common parlance.
I'm looking on the list. Is the class princess been taken yet?
I don't think so. I think Princess is still available.
And I just need to correct chat. I am not a princess. I am the famous Betty Haynes from White Christmas. That is what is happening right here. Check your sources.
Because I play princess, which is known as a magician class, where I can summon animals to my bidding, and I have a charm that makes me resist grime.
So it sounds
And
like
I have a bonus in charisma and talking.
So it sounds like you've taken the Forest Princess speciality,
I did.
who can commune with animals, and as a natural defense against wicked queens.
I thought it was a weakness, but I should have said something.
I've taken the class Genius Janitor from the list. My character's name is Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck, and you are a genius?
I'm a genius janitor. I was
Oh, right.
I was mopping up the floor in the Applebee's, and I was solving incredibly difficult mathematical and scientific problems in my head, and I could visualize them all being solved in front of them when I stumbled into everyone at the table.
Right. And now you have the magical ability to summon a genie named Robin, what gives you good advice whenever you need.
Oh, that's
incredibly
good to know.
useful.
That's good.
Yeah.
I would
That's
want
good.
that.
Always with the summoning. It's a specialty.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because we don't do that
We
here.
don't know.
We don't. None of us have.
I'm in no way awakened or a Shadowrunner.
You know that your cloak has sharks on it, right?
That's a fashion
That's-
statement.
Yes. What the orc said.
The orc with cyber arms.
Those are illegal. You mean
Put the
That-
gun away.
No, just don't.
Now remember, what happens in the Warren stays in the Warren, so I trust everyone on this BBS to operate with discretion, and if you don't operate with discretion, you're going to get booted out of the Warren.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Okay, so I'm going to play John McCain. I'm an action film star, but then later I go into politics and run for president. But before that, I'm governor of California, and I have a tank, and I have a machine gun.
Wow.
How is this different?
No, it makes sense. The largest ones always rule.
It seems
No, I
historically
was
accurate.
just asking how this was different from Elsie.
Oh.
Because I don't have an assault rifle, I have a sniper rifle, and
You don't have
oh,
any
Also,
of
her
that.
name isn't John.
Oh, that is very clearly a difference.
also, I can do things like lift people over my head and throw them out windows.
Seems like a useful
Right, so
skill.
you have the ability as John McClane. You have the
I
ability.
think that's how you say it.
Is it McCain?
McCain.
Right, you can walk on glass, and you have the ability of bipartisanship, in which you can force two people what disagree to agree for a short period of time.
Now I want to play a John McCain.
I
There's-
think
You
she
can't
can
have
only
two
do
John
that
McCains.
until one of them shot. Or thrown out a window.
Right, yeah, you can't. There can only be one at a time, though.
Is this like that myth of Conan? Conan the Barbarian?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the myth
He's a
of
lot like John McCain.
Conan the talk show host.
That was the
Who
one I
was-
thought. But I thought they were the same one. I thought it was a barbarian talk show.
No,
host.
you're missing.
I've-
No, he
You're
wasn't.
mixed. You're
Oh, you definitely
right.
want.
I think you're mixed up with Crumb the Barbarian. What is a politician who turned out to be a clone? Not that we knew anything about.
No,
no one knew
God,
about
no
it.
one.
There
We
are
just
some things-
heard on the Matrix.
None of us have ever met Krund the
No.
Barbarian. That's not a thing that's ever happened.
No,
Right.
we certainly weren't naked with him in a.
Why would you
Jim
say that?
Walker.
Why would you?
I don't know why I would say that. Mainframe 3.
John McCain is shirtless though. He mostly doesn't
All of
have
the
a
time?
shirt.
Does he wear shirts and then get mysteriously destroyed?
Yeah.
Can you describe him for us, like height, appearance, like just you know, just
I'd
yeah.
say he's about 6'3", about 250 pounds. He's shirtless most of the time, but wears like khakis or jeans, and carries more bullets than really he
Than 5?
needs to. Yeah.
All right. So we
5
have,
is an adequate enough amount of bullets. Just saying. I don't have any
You only need to
reference.
shoot 5 things.
Also, he can withstand being tortured by enemy agents.
He sounds pretty dreamy.
Is he an orc?
No,
This
no.
was before the Awakenings. And
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
He couldn't
So
be
he's
an orc
human.
yet.
But there were some dwarves that lived on the North Pole.
well, you can
We
only
don't
Those were
talk
the mutant
about
dwarf
that.
elves.
only in secret
History is
locations
so
in
hard.
certain special elves like
Stop
Arctic
nothing.
It's okay, Fang.
we're allowed to be around. So we have John, the action hero,
Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck,
Princess.
Princess. All right.
Does she have a name?
Cassandran.
Cassandra.
Cassandra, but she goes by Princess.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
That seems better. Oh, Bob the coal miner.
Bob the coal miner, right? And Betty,
Betty, the musical mage.
the musical maid.
And
right.
I'm a genius janitor.
Yes, we got that.
Okay.
All right, you've all gathered around, and you've been served apples. You're a forest princess. You actually need to make a roll to see if the apple is poisoned or not.
Is it okay if I use...
Yes,
You-
use
okay.
your random number generator, and add in your poison tolerance.
How many sides should our dice have?
If you look up on table 7 in the appendice for your class, it will give you which die you
Something
use.
tells me it's
Depends on
always
the action.
6.
I think it's 7. I think I get 7.
7? Alright, you feel a little bit ill.
Oh, okay.
And you open your mouth and a bird flies out of it, carrying a tiny poison worm.
That seems very handy. Are you all right? That sounds like, are you the what?
I'm fine.
Oh, are you also a singer?
I always sing this song.
No
It's
singing!
very nice to
no
meet you.
Singing! You hear a small voice, and you look down, and you see the tiniest elf you've ever seen. He's like an elf, but he's sized like a dwarf, and he's
He
wearing...
must be from the North Pole.
Yes, in fact, that is what you gather. You gather using your coal mining experience of the earth. Make an earth check.
I succeed. I already rolled your probabilities against mine.
All right, then. So you know that this elf needs to actually live in the icy regions, and he's risking his life by being here. He's wearing what looks like green felt all over his body, and tiny boots that curl up like little snail shells, and he has a tiny machine gun at his hip.
I take my glass of ice and dump it over his head.
That's helpful.
I would also like to help him. And
What?
under my breath, I mutter, I'm dreaming of a white Corpsmas. And Snow just starts,
like the ones I used to know.
All right.
Yes.
As you dump ice onto him, which relieves him until you start singing.
But the snow.
At which point he starts crying. He said, "I said, please stop! Don't cry! Don't sing! I can't take any singing. There's no music anymore. It reminds me of the North Pole, which is in trouble."
Why?
He looks around to Applebee's and all the other patrons, and everyone seems to be looking away. He looks back and he says, "The Santa, what is in this mall, is not the real Santa. He's an imposter. The Santa, the malls of America, which is the UCAS minus the North part, and the CAS, and like the Native American nations, all kind of munched up together.
As while they were still horribly subjugating a lot of people.
Right, exactly. It was that time. So he looks around and he says, "Look, the corporations have started to take over the malls, and they're providing fake Santas, and the real Santa has not been seen in a long time, in over a year. And tomorrow is Christmas, and we don't know what to do."
Corporations taking over the malls is the natural state of things, isn't it?
But this
Not
is
in
not
the
in the
90s.
Oh.
Oh my god.
We could change history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what's
in
our
the
names?
context of this game.
What is our team?
I want to save Santa.
All right, you're right. In 1990, malls are mostly run by farmers, what sell their produce and their clothing directly to the consumer. And tailors and blacksmiths and novelty item craftsmen, they all come together, and chiropractors, they all come together and they solicit their wares directly to the people. But as you know, some of the corporations have been coming in. It's called the Battle of the Gap, to trying to take over the malls.
I would like to go apprehend the false Santa.
Fanta. As the
Yeah.
The BBS
Fanta.
is
BBS called him Fanta.
Fanta. I am a coal miner and therefore lacking in intelligence, but high in strength. That was the character build that I chose to play a character.
Seems nothing wrong.
Certainly there's nothing wrong with lacking. Anyway, so I will accompany John McCain with apprehending Santa violently. Yeah.
Well, I'm just a simple janitor. I don't know much about these parts or this world that you are all dealing with, but I would be happy to lend whatever tools I may to your cause of apprehending this false Santa.
I want the three of us to go and stake out Santa, and I want to apprehend him and interrogate him.
All right.
Which three are you talking about?
The three of us that volunteered to go.
Does anyone else want to go with us?
I don't like this affront on the holidays. I am dreaming of a white Christmas, and if there's no Christmas, then it can't be white Christmas. I would like to help you.
My shoes are made of shards of glass, and I'm pretty sure if I walk, I will cut myself. So, I will stay at the table.
Wait,
Table! Sorry, I forgot. The table!
I believe John McCain actually has the ability to grant others the ability to walk on glass.
Teamwork! Teamwork!
Please! Awesome! I can come with you on this adventure.
All right, so
You're doing great.
proud
of you,
But
Fang.
as you all stand up to go, the tiny worm, what dropped out of the bird's mouth, looks up at you, Princess, and says, "Are you sure you should do this? Maybe you should play it safe."
Wasn't it a poison worm?
It was a black.
It's clearly
worm.
poisoning our mine. I take my coal mining pickaxe and break and kill the worm.
Oh, do it.
All right, the tiny worm tries to burst into a song.
I would like to lacerate its larynx.
All right, make a pickaxe check using your. I assume you're attacking with your pickaxe mining skill.
Yeah.
Oh, these games.
Would you like to roll against me, or should I just complete them?
I'll roll against it. Tell me what your roll is.
15.
You do, in fact, pierce him straight through. You stab the little worm before he can get his song out. And, Princess, you feel suddenly unburdened of a conscience, as if you can do anything you want, and there's no consequences for any of your actions.
It's a Corpsmas miracle!
I have no consequences. I'm going on an adventure.
Princess, perhaps we can create a musical diversion so that the rest of the mall patrons do not notice the apprehension.
Let's do that.
Yay! Let us do!
All right, you storm forth from the Applebee's into the interior of the mall. Unfortunately, you did not pay your bill. So, as you begin to walk down the central aisle of the mall, you are suddenly you hear a creaking sounds coming from behind you. It sounds sort of mechanized and clanking. Would you like to take any action to prepare?
I ready my pickaxe. I feel like rationally I should be far more cautious, but I don't think Bob is cautious.
I look around for my parents and there are none in sight.
I have my mop ready.
All right. The other two of you, any preparation?
I would like to light a cigar.
All right. You light up.
I would like to do just a couple of vocal warm-ups, a couple of, trills and octave, that kind of stuff, to make sure that my powers are... Can one of you guys hand me the remote to my projectors? All of them, yeah. One of my projectors turned itself off. Thank you.
So you prepare yourselves. So I'd like everyone to roll your initiative. You can look it up on chart 7 on index 72B.
In the interest of authenticity, that's I wanted.
Actual dice. Can I touch one of those?
Yeah.
These can't be a balanced probability.
It's alright, Fang.
Well,
don't
they're
Like,
close.
how many times have you rolled them?
Well, I don't get as many chances
That's
to
fine.
roll them.
I'm under a lot of stress.
Perhaps you can track it and tell me if they're misweighted.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
a good plan.
thank you. That would be a wonderful service. So yes, some of us are using real dice.
Oh.
All right, and you'll find your initiative roll corresponds to an adjective on table 7. So give me the adjective for your initiative.
I got it.
Flouncy.
Grumpy.
Sprightly.
Morose.
Spunky.
All right, I believe Sprightly goes first, then Flouncy, then Morose, and then the other two. Grumpy and, what was the one I left out?
Cromwell, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Oh, look, I'm doing the best I can, alright? I can't actually read the books, so,
That's fair. I'm sorry. I
I'm
didn't
using
mean to...
text to audio here.
Okay.
It takes some time. Alright, as you gather around, you see security guards in plate mail riding on these two-wheeled things called segways, roll into view.
I'm pretty sure those are strong enough to trample any human being.
Are they drones?
No, they're humans, but they're wearing plate armor and swinging morning stars, and they're riding on segways, which are these ground vehicles. They allow you to travel at walk speed upon the ground.
Ooh.
Is that a human walking speed or an orc, troll, elf?
It's all, for the simplification, it's basically human speed. A little bit slower than like a fast human.
I want one. I think I have a bonus to mounted mounts.
Alright,
Princess, perhaps we can make them dizzy by doing a circle number around them.
We do that.
alright, well, Sprightly goes first. So you begin your number. Go ahead and make a roll for your ability to create musical number.
I got 32.
Whoa!
All right, so you begin to swirl about, and shoppers begin to skip a little bit. Children look up as you gasp, and even the guards on the Segway seem to sort of move in unison suddenly, as if you have some ability to control their timing.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
All right, Flouncy, I think that's
That was me.
yes.
I'm going to use my mop and my bucket, and I'm going to wet the floor in front of them with soapy water, so that their segways lose their balance.
All right, you mop the floor, and then I think we have one more.
Can I talk
before
out
they
of turn?
go.
Ow, that really hurt.
Can I talk out
No,
of turn?
ow. Please
Yes.
stop hitting me in the
Did
arm
you
thing.
mop the floor with them?
Well, I don't know yet.
We
It
don't
sounds
yet.
more like a scrubbing when soap is involved. I don't know.
Elsie, what was your initiative?
I was grumpy.
Not yet. Miss J, your initiative was
Morose.
morose. They were saying you are next. Yes.
So it's my turn?
Yes.
I want to add my skills to the other singer. I think I can do that.
Are you going to harmonize?
I think
Yes!
so. We are going to harmonize.
You might have to do an extra check for harmonizing.
I could do that check. My singing skill, other than courtesan activities, which is my highest skill as a princess.
Princess.
This is the
Like a
character she.
courtesan?
I think so.
Dude,
I think
I
that's
don't
You're
know if
looking
that-
at the wrong character.
I don't know if that
sheet.
word means what you think it
It
means.
means fancy.
Entertainer.
Sure.
Entertainer.
This means entertainer.
I have 11. No. I forgot to add my bonus because I'm
I
counter.
actually built her the drag queen
22.
persona.
22.
22.
Can I assist her?
Well, she's actually assisting you.
Oh, okay.
So, double assists are only allowed in the bonus round.
Okay.
So-
I'm new to this. Thank you.
Right, so you assist, your voice gets higher and higher as you begin to trill above the music what was already created. The glass ceilings of the mall begin to crack through, you notice, as your high voice sort of hits a certain resonance. And you notice little girls seem to leave their parents behind and be entranced by your magical song. Their parents begin to pull their wallets out, prepared to spend money on their daughters due to your princess music.
Yes.
It's a power called Disney.
I wonder if this is helping us.
Yes.
It's creating a distraction. Have fun with the apprehension. They are all not paying attention.
All right. The guards get to go next because they are stern, which goes before grumpy and morose.
That makes sense.
So they roll forward, and their wheels begin to slip on the mop water. And because they're trying to move in rhythm with the song, they take a -5 penalty. One of them swings their Morning Star and tries to hit the janitor.
No.
So,
What is your armor? Are you wearing any armor?
My character can do an interrupt.
okay.
It's when a rock fall happens or someone's going to get injured that they consider as part of their team. I can do the budgie maneuver. You sacrifice yourself for a good cause.
Oh.
Right. So, all right, you're going to have to do a rock fall check to see if you yourself actually managed to get out, along with Affleck. Is that what his name is?
Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck.
3.
All free. So, you attempt to push him out of the way. You were successful in pushing him. He slides in his own mop water out of the way. But Bob, you take the mace directly to the bicep.
Ooh.
The most powerful part of the man.
Specifically a coal miner. It's all in the arms. It's very upper body focused.
Right.
And they're not robot arms, right?
No, these are real human meat flesh arms.
Oh, the worst.
You take 3 physical damage to your bicep, so track that on your physical chart. This game is very specific about what body parts are injured. You have 2 biceps, though, so you're still able to use the other one fully. The other 2 guards fail their coordination checks and slip off their segways onto the ground. They are now forced to move at only walking speed.
Yes!
They've been reduced from walking speed to walking speed.
But now they don't have mounts.
Yes.
But you can get them out.
I could ride on the mount with my glass shard slippers.
Yes. All right. Grumpy goes next.
No, I'm
No, not
not
Mordecai.
not regular.
the
Grumpy.
Yeah. My initiative is grumpy. Okay, so I would like to as I approach Santa, what do I see?
So you're not you're moving in the opposite direction
Yeah.
from the guards toward the Santa.
Fanta.
Around the Santa,
Yeah.
you see you hear the jingling of bells, and as you grow close, you begin to think about all the good and naughty things you've done in your life. Let's see, you're playing a John McCain, so you have a troubled marriage, which is on the naughty side, but you also have a telling it like it is, being honest. That's on the good side.
Yeah.
But overall, you feel a little out of ease. So you're going to take a guilt check for the next 2 rounds.
Okay.
Any ability to be convincing is going to take a real strong penalty. The Santa himself sits on his throne, surrounded by boxes, which you imagine contain offerings. They've been brought to him by his servants. An array of elves that look sort of like fake versions of the actual elf you left back at Applebee's. They seem to be teenaged humans, what is dressed up like elves. They all guard him, and all of them have Tommy guns and swords.
Is this some kind of cult?
I think it's
Or is it a gang?
I think it's a go gang.
Oh.
But without the motorcycles. Segways. Are there more segways?
So far, they seem to be ignoring you, because you're still far enough away, and they are assuming that security will take care of this disturbance.
So have we gone through a full initiative pass? Or I don't think that...
I think whoever is morose has not yet gone. You took your interrupts, so you can still take an action, but it'll take a -3 penalty.
I'm going to use that time to bandage myself.
All right, you do.
By tearing off a portion of my flannel from my shirt, wrapping it around my arm.
Right. As your buff abs stick out in the glistening light, you take a what's called an 80s bonus, which gives you +2 to charisma. Your bicep is actually completely ill by binding it in your shirt.
It's flannel. Flannel is the magic power there.
All right, that's the end of the first round. To clarify, two of the guards have been dropped to the ground. One still is atop his Segway and is swinging his Morningstar. All right, I think it's back to Betty.
So we're still in our musical number, but there's two of those carriages on the ground.
Yes, two carriages are on the ground. Your song has ensorcelled 5 or 6 shoppers.
Children? We are clarified they're tiny female women.
Betty's song has ensorcelled the adult shoppers. You have ensorcelled some of the children.
Okay, I'd like to move the musical number around the gang members, the elf gang members, and sort of do like a figure 8 around them.
All right, to be clear, they're kind of at the other end of the hallway.
Okay, how many yards is that then?
That is, let's see, meters to yards. It's about a football field.
That's a far ways
Which
away.
is a
Wait,
90s.
sorry, a soccer field or a football field?
So in the 90s, a football field was a unit of measurement referring to American football. What was 100 yards, which is how far that John Glenn could kick a football.
Like
I'm
backyards?
so overwhelmed.
No, like the King's Foot times 3 is a yard.
This
Which
is so
is
confusing.
Elvis's foot.
Oh, Elvis's foot.
So
Yeah.
if you take 3 Elvis foots, that's
3
a yard.
Elvis foots.
So 300 Elvis foots from where you are is the Santa.
That's a lot of Elvis feet.
It's no wonder
You
that
know who Elvis is.
you know a thing or two.
Everyone knows.
I mean,
who
that's taught
Elvis
in
is.
grades.
Yeah, everybody.
He was like the first one to invent hips.
And
What?
peanut butter
Yeah,
and
I
banana
sent you some
sandwiches.
information.
Wait.
on this.
What do you mean was? Elvis is one of the immortal elves. He's still alive.
That's how he got his name.
Elf is.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so they're really far away. Well, then I'd like to teach the crowd a traveling step to get us closer. It'll probably take a couple of terms, but I'd like to move the musical number via a series of grapevines and Sinead turns to move it towards the other end of the football fields.
All right. So you move them toward the ziggurat, which Santa sits. All right. Go ahead and make a Fosse check.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get +2 on Fosse checks.
All right. Determine if your digital skills are enough.
So 24.
24. All right. That easily succeeds. Through gesturing your hands, you turn the shoppers, and they begin to slide through the moppy floor, almost as if ice skating. It's very delightful toward the ziggurat of presents. All right, and then I think it's
Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck.
All right, I want to the guard who's still on his Segway. I'm going to take the end of my mop, which I've sharpened, whittled down into a pointy stick, and I'm going to jab it through his eye and pierce his brain.
You should use your special power trajectories to calculate the perfect arc in order
Yes, I want to use trajectories.
Oh, that's really good role playing. I can see the numbers in invisible space in front of you.
All right.
That's right.
It'll give you a bonus. I spent some time min-maxing everyone's characters while we were talking.
All right, because this is a gore-based attack, you need to make a Bruce Campbell check. So make a roll, add a bonus for your math skills at targeting the broomstick.
33.
33. All right. On the Bruce Campbell table, that is all right. Your broom pierces his eye, and it actually pops his head off. And a fountain of Kool-Aid colored blood squirts out in a sort of Christmassy red colored fountain. And his body flops around, and his whole body kind of dehydrates onto the ground.
You guys, I'm doing Corpsmas.
You're doing Corpsmas.
Merry Corpsmas! Now,
This is the true
Is there a
meaning of
giant
Corpus.
picture that busts through the
Corpse.
wall behind the spray of blood and gore.
No, he did use Kool-Aid powers, but the Kool-Aid spirit and mentor spirit was not yet
It was
brought
not.
into
It
play.
hadn't
Mentor
materialized.
Oh.
Okay, the Kool-Aid spirit. Because I've read a lot about the Kool-Aid spirit. He's very.
He has extra bonuses on breaking walls.
He
as
does.
opposed to
barriers
Yeah,
all over the place.
I'm a big fan of him
He is-
personally.
He is summoned by
That makes sense.
extreme children who are doing flips on the boards that have 4 wheels.
All right. So that's Mordecai. Princess, you are up.
Okay.
You currently are surrounded by children. What are like holding your skirts and
That seems
playing
correct.
with the birds that follow you around.
I would like to wait. And there's no true prince character that is nearby, correct? Because that's how I win the game. Is I find the true prince character.
Make a prince perception check.
Oh.
Take a -2 because you're distracted.
By children.
and birds.
Right. And there'll be also a -2 modifier because princes are afraid of children.
Wait, another -2.
What if Matt Fleck was
3?
the true prince?
3.
No,
That
he's
would be a
not the-
twist.
He's not the true prince. He's a
Could be
janitor.
Bob.
3. You think actually with your check, the only one you're aware of, Bob might actually be a true prince.
Does wear flannel.
Right, a forgotten king, perhaps.
There was many forgotten kings because there was
Cursed to mine coal for the
Right,
rest of his days.
the Dauphin of Ohio is a lost mining prince, as well as the Kingdom of Virginia, where many miners hail from.
great.
So,
But I'll have to wait till chapter 3 to understand that. So I will go towards Fanta.
towards Fanta, all right.
Are you coming with the large musical number?
I
moving
believe
that direction?
so. I believe I will continue our in sorcery checks.
All right. 2 of the 2 guards that are traveling on foot run after you, and they actually catch up with you, and they try to grab your wrists. So you need to make a defense check.
But am I flailing? Oh! 12.
12. That's not quite enough to escape, and they grab onto your wrists and they hold you in place as you try to pull forward. Your princess abilities do make sure they grab your hands delicately.
Oh, yes, because I bruise easily.
Right.
Oh.
My character, not me, because me and my character are completely separate. I know that my acting is really good, so sometimes
Do you get a bonus for fainting?
I believe if I do take the rest of the turn to faint, I do get a bonus, but I want to
You
stay
can make a feint check if you would like as an interrupt.
Yeah, but then one of us will have to come rescue you, and
Oh.
that gets more complicated.
And if he's not the true prince that he gives me, I turn into a frog.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that.
Oh, that I was not aware that was how the
Oh, you
that it
take
was
a
a two-way
penalty?
street.
Yeah, I take a penalty if
You
he's
have
not
to,
a friend.
roll a saving roll for that, or is it
Yeah.
just forever?
You have to save against frog.
Yeah, so I can't risk that, not with Fanta.
Wow.
Fang, do you wish you were a princess?
I don't think so. Princesses don't get swords. They don't get 2 swords.
Xena the
princesses
warrior
do.
princess did.
Oh!
She was really.
Can you send me the documentary?
Oh yes, yeah, I have all the trends. I will send. I can't believe
She
I haven't
lived
sent them.
for a very long time. She really did. Several thousand years seemed to pass in her lifetime.
I think she was slowly being replaced with parts,
Well, and it was
Maybe
the
it was
love in her
clones.
life.
Every now
with
and
Gabby.
then, I would go by the Church of Xena, and the people coming out of it always just really weirded me out.
The Bruce Campbell table I used back there actually came from a Xena base supplement to this game.
That would make
great.
sense. That would make
Yeah.
sense. It's great.
Let's see. You are not going to try to feint.
No, I will pass.
Those 2 guards have taken their action, and now I believe it is Elsie, your character's turn.
Okay, so everybody else is on their way. Am I still alone?
Yes, you got ahead of him last turn, so behind you comes Betty and her adults.
Great, because as John McCain, I get a +2 for going it alone.
Oh, right.
So I'd like to take that, and I would like to. I just want to knock Santa off of his chair and say "Yo ho ho." Wait, no.
No, that's
That's a
that wrong?
pirates.
Yippee-o, ho-ho?
I will say ho 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 Fanta.
All right. So, let's see. Let's look that up on the quips. That's a call it medium quip. That's give you a +3 bonus. But you do have a lot of teenage elves you're gonna have to get through in order to get that. Are you just going to make a charge for it and try to charge up the presents?
Yeah, I'll charge him.
All right. Make a. How careful are you being? Like, are you trying not to injure any of the teenagers? Or
No, I don't care about them. They're just in my way.
All right. So you charge up. Go ahead and make a. There's a ziggurat table in Appendix F for mounting a ziggurat. And take a -5 for the teenagers whilst trying to grab your ankles.
Okay.
Because they're so short.
How much longer till I'm there? I took some time to bandage my arm, but I was going to try and help with the teenagers.
Right. You could probably be there. You're around behind, so.
90s teenagers have a weakness to flannel.
I bet you can.
No, I have an abs.
But as a minor, you can take a move while you bandage yourself.
I'll do that then.
In the fifth world, it was much easier to heal.
Because
Less armor.
Well, I didn't have any cyberware.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're probably just gonna lose that arm though.
that's okay.
Oh.
It's unfortunate. But that's what pickaxes are for. You just stick a new one in there.
Oh. I got an 8.
Hook sometimes.
You got an 8. You try to mount up, and you say the line, and Fanta, that's your term, Fanta. The Santa atop the ziggurat turns, and he glares at you as his teenagers grab you by your leather. Do you have leather pants or?
Yes.
I think John McCain definitely has leather pants. We all know that.
White tank top?
No. Oh, I thought it was shirtless.
No, right now, the tank top is on because it hasn't been damaged. I haven't taken any damage.
Oh, okay. As soon as you take damage.
Right. So they grab you at your pant cuffs, and they pull you back as you flail and shout your line at Santa. He seems slightly perturbed, but not too upset. All right, and then it's Miss J. What?
So I'm going to try and do two things. So I'm going to spend some of my coal to take a second action. The first one is using the shirtless power, so I'm going to just go in and rip the shirt off, show off the abs.
Wait, rip your shirt off or John McCain? Shirt.
I mean, I can flex mine off, so I can do it as a bonus action because I'm a coal miner. It goes through a lot of shirts.
Right, mine only comes off once I've hit half
I'd
hit
have
points.
I'd have to do damage, and that
Is the
probably
shirt
work out
table in
poorly.
Appendix J?
Well, we
The
have
shirts is a
let's see.
quality.
So,
I took
so
shirts
both
as a
Bob the
quality.
Miner and John McCain are both. You approach John McCain.
Sure, yes.
Right. So with both of you there, it has. We have to look it up on the double dragon table.
Oh.
When two buff men both show off their muscles, it has a double effect. So go ahead and make a charisma check.
That's going to be difficult.
That is not your skill.
But isn't the body a modifier
You
too?
can. Oh, sorry. What state are you from?
I'm from the state of Milwaukee.
Oh, right, the state of Milwaukee. So you can use your Constitution rather than your charisma.
That's definitely better. From the great Milwaukee mining nation.
Oh.
Mining kingdom, actually.
Is it? I'll have to roll next turn.
It's possible.
It's
He's
fun.
totally a prince.
Yeah, and then I win the game.
13.
Yeah.
13. All right, 13 is bad dudes on the double dragon table. So you both spin in a combo, and you begin punching at full speed as you spin around. And the move knocks most of the teenagers away. They fly back, and they blink twice and disappear.
They disappear?
Most of there's still about half of them left.
Do
but-
they scram?
Teenagers actually don't gain corporeal form until they hit 20 years old.
I did
What?
not know that.
Well, everything on the double dragon table has unique effects for removing enemies from play. So, all right. I think that's the full second round. So we're on to round 3. Betty, you're up. You've approached. The teenagers have mostly fallen away. Santa is definitely aware now. The guards in back are still holding onto the princess.
I would like to summon a blizzard around Santa by singing a song about snow. So I launch into, and I've trained particularly in elemental songwriting. So I go and I break into a 30-second song about snow and the uses of snow. Snow, 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 snow. I'll wash my hair with snow. I'll choke you with snow. I'll make your face blue with snow. It's that kind of fill in the blanks.
That song just took a left turn.
Well, it might have ramped more. It might have started out with I'll go sledding in snow. But I wanted to compress it to get so we could take the rest of the turns. But imagine 30 seconds of gradual snow escalation. To Snowmageddon. I'll knock out your entire gang with snow. Snow.
Right. So you cast your spell and make a Eskimo knowledge check to see how many words for snow you actually know.
Oh.
Sorry, indigenous people check. I'm using an old version of the game. What isn't updated with?
14.
14? That's still a pretty good number of words of snow. If this is a real Santa, it would have no effect. But the evidence that this Santa is false is increased when you see that this Santa seems to be incredibly cold. A glass bulb forms around as snow begins to swirl. And he seems to be knocking about. Several of the presents of the ziggurat fall away to reveal it was not an entire mountain of presents. It was a few presents, what looked like empty boxes above like a styrofoam tower.
He's still a threat of lies.
All right, on to Matt Fleck.
I wanna help Fang's character get free. So I'm going to go up to the guard that's holding her, and I'm going to just monologue at him about how I may be a lowly janitor, but he's still no good, and he should feel bad about his life because I'm smarter than him, even though I'm a lowly janitor.
All right, so are you attempting to use your "How about them apples" ability?
No, I'm saving that one.
Okay, so
that's a one-time thing I can use.
Right. So this is just a general like life knowledge check.
Yeah.
Make a true-blooded Bostonite check.
True-blooded Bostonite check.
Is your character from Boston?
Well, it doesn't say on the sheet, but
all janitors are from Boston.
Right.
That's where the janitor schools are.
Wait. Which subclass are you? Southie, Northie, Eastie, or Westie subclass?
Well, I think I'm a Westie.
All right. So Westie. All right. Go ahead and add a Paul Revere bonus.
Oh, I gotta get another die then.
Right.
14.
14. All right. You give the speech. Both of these security guys, they seem pretty weak-willed.
Fry!
No! One of them says, "You know what? You're right. I should give up this job and go get my GED."
Yeah! How'd that go, by the way?
Sorry. It's what the supplement said. I didn't add that part.
School's for losers. Don't worry about it.
You'll get it next time.
Don't bother.
It's supposed to be hard.
The other one says, "There's lots of vocational opportunities. Maybe I'll take up welding." Because I didn't pass the GED, but there's still plenty of futures ahead of me, and my life's great. So they both let go of the princess's arms and walk away, dropping their pieces of plate armor onto the ground.
Aren't you supposed to have made an accidental marriage check anytime that you get captured by someone? Aren't you supposed to?
You mean the hostage?
The
syndrome.
hostage marriage? No.
Because then,
I'm sorry. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up, but it seemed like something we shouldn't forget.
It's in the rules.
Right. Yeah. We'll do that.
You're using dice.
I used the dice. I mean, I really, the dowry. I rolled and I looked at the table. And my dowry is really high.
Yeah.
only 4 horses.
Wait, you rolled 4 horses for your dowry check? Well, luckily for you, these are mall security. Have a high probability of being married at age 16, and both are already married. And being a princess, you are completely immune to fair checks.
Okay.
Oh, a fair check. That's a good immunity.
Good. Yeah.
Right. All right, so that's on.
No, I'm glad.
I really, it's...
I think it's really helpful to have someone, who's issuing corrections to the game master as we go. It results in a better game.
For all games, do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It certainly seems important in some situations, if someone is right, that they provide the right answer.
But what if the person who is wrong is just louder? And maybe a little bit saltier?
And who says who's right or wrong? Since a lot of times the game creator isn't in the room, sometimes the rules are even contradictory.
That's a good point. That's a good
Well,
point.
the creator of this game, Gordon Weissman, is definitely not in the room. He only lived to be 110.
Oh.
And
No,
he
he's
was,
not watching. You're fine.
Right.
It's a lot of knowledge you deal with on a regular basis.
It has its ups and downs.
So Gordon Weissman,
he lived to be 110, and he was buried under a mountain of his own dice in a factory for a new game he was working on.
but he died doing what he loved.
He did.
Making dice.
Making dice and inhaling paint fumes
What
from mechanized horses.
Elsie, we were
What a
just talking
terrible
about
way to
Gordon
go.
Weissman.
Oh.
The person who created this game that we're all playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
He died in a bucket of dice.
A warehouse of dice. All right, so next up is our princess, actually.
Yes. So thank you. Thank you, MacLeod. And I would like to issue,
Oh, wait, you were rescued by MacLeod.
Yeah.
You actually have to make another check to not fall in love with him.
why did I
So-
choose this character?
You get more dice for this check,
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
Is
Right.
he wearing a shirt or not wearing a shirt?
Oh, he's wearing a shirt.
But I
Okay.
think,
Okay.
I think I
Then,
give
then,
you-
then you don't get a penalty.
He's
It's
the
not,
most
it's not so
shorted
much
of
a
all of us.
shirt. It's like one of those zip-up, orange uniforms.
Oh, you add a bonus. The color orange looks horrible in
Oh,
everyone.
sweet. Okay. That was a good number. 28.
28. All right, you succeed in not falling in love.
It was actually 14.
You fall in love with him, and you are... That's weird. It feels funny.
that's...
You fall in love with him, I guess. And
Okay.
Didn't you say she didn't fall in love with him?
I did, but she rolled a 14, so she falls in love with him, and she must spend the next 3 turns singing a song about being in love. You can still act, but you cannot
I
use
have
your
to
voice.
sing the song.
You can only say, talk about what love is like.
Oh, like I need to know what love is.
He wants you to show him.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Because you are now in love. There's bonuses to that, too.
Mordecai, why don't you look at this page in the rule book? I just sent it over.
I'm getting a lot of ads for pizza places.
Well, tell me when you've read that page, and I'll let you know how the rules work.
Whose turn is it?
All right,
Mine!
it's actually still your turn. You haven't actually moved. You must sing
She's
about...
taking a penalty to any non-love related actions.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So I have to sing like, oh, love hit me like a really fast windstorm as I approach Fanta.
Okay. You step forward while singing, and we'll say you arrive there at the end of your turn.
Okay, thank you.
You double move to get all the way there because you were held back. You arrive. The teenagers seem to be disgusted by your song about love because they are all in the angst stage, so they take negative penalties
What are you saying?
when dealing with sincere emotion. Oh, it's just what Gordon Weissman put in the rules.
I'm just saying teenagers don't often understand how adults feel about each other,
I'm just saying
and that's okay.
That's like a lot of stereotyping, saying that teenagers are angsty.
I mean, from a medical perspective, we are accurate. Teenagers' brains aren't fully developed. You're still working on neural
wouldn't.
connections.
In the
and-
90s,
go
it was
into
more
this.
of a developed. I think evolution has
Oh.
stopped selecting for angst over time. It was very
Oh.
helpful for survival because they had to cope with a lot of stimuli that you could only cope with via angst. Like Titanic as a film, you can only cope with that through angst, or you drown in it.
But I'm just saying that sometimes teenagers don't understand how adults feel about each other, and maybe they should think about it before they say anything about two adults' relationships.
I think sometimes
I'm just saying.
adults act like teenagers when it comes to relationships, and sometimes they're passive aggressive about their feelings.
Are we still playing the game?
Yes!
Yes! We
Right,
are definitely not talking about anything related to real life.
Never.
Right, so you have arrived at the bottom of the tower. Teenagers turn away, but that's the end of your turn. Finally, we go
Mine,
John
mine.
and then Bob.
Okay.
You're currently spinning around punching.
Yeah. I want to headbutt Santa.
Oh.
Now, I
That's
had a
good,
nickel
that's
every
good.
time I heard that
All
one.
right. Let's see. Make a surprise check. Are you going to try to surprise him, or are you going to let him know that Ebba is coming?
No, I would like to quip. I like to take my +2 to quip.
Isn't that how the real Santa was finally stopped?
No, I think...
Santa Corp? No.
I thought he was just acquired
Oh.
and laid
Yeah,
off.
he was bought. Well, he was originally bought out by some soda pop.
Oh,
company.
Aztecola?
Yes, Aztec Cola, I think.
Colsey. No, it was Colsey.
Right.
And then later
I don't know-
Aztecola.
I don't know
and
why.
for a while Neo Cola owned it.
Wasn't his head cut off and
But it was
frozen
a cola
underneath
thing.
the
And then there
cola
was
factory?
Pepsi Net.
Speaking of cola, does anyone
Right.
need refills?
I'm okay.
You okay?
I don't know why. I had just heard one time that he had been headbutt by legendary elf vampire Wesley Snipes. So, but that's probably just a legend.
No,
I'm
no,
impressed by
there's-
your historical knowledge.
Well, it's more of a folk tale where I come from.
Right. So,
So yeah, I
at
want to
this,
say
at this time, just so we're clear, at this time, the Cola Company and the Bear Spirit have an agreement in which they form a triumvirate with Santa. And there is a White Bear Spirit and Santa and the Cola Company maintain the holiday.
This is in 1990, correct?
This is
Yes.
so there's a treaty.
Yes.
Okay.
So, John,
Yeah.
you have a quip? Oh,
yeah,
no.
I say you better go down, you red and white son of a bitch.
Oh, that's a good quip.
Oh.
All right. I'll give you a +4 for quip, but he returns your quip and he says, better not look up because that's not mistletoe coming at you.
Oh, that's
not
an even better
not a
quip.
very good. Well, it's only a +2, so it doesn't really compete.
That's because it was a rebuttal.
So you win the quip battle, which means a +2 to your headbutt.
Okay.
Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Okay. 14.
14. You manage to connect. As you headbutt him, you feel something sort of strange on your face.
What is it?
You all look up and you see that John McCain now has a giant white beard. And
Did he
No.
age?
He caught the Christmas.
yes,
Spirit.
and the Santa.
I've been cringled?
Yes, you've been cringled. The Santa no longer seems to have a beard.
Did he invoke the Santa Claus?
That may be. It remains to be seen yet.
no.
Everyone make a perception check.
Wait, do I get a bonus or do I get a penalty for having be love stricken?
Because you're not in love with John, you get it's no effect.
Oh, thank goodness.
I only got a 9.
12.
It's-
12,
10.
10, 6,
13.
13. All of you are pretty sure that John has caught the Kringle, but something seems a little off to you. Specifically, you notice that the Santa, he no longer looks like a Santa. He's sort of scruffy looking. And that's all you get from the distance you're
Does
at.
he look like a hipster?
No, you wouldn't say hipster. In fact, he actually looks like he might be from somewhere like Milwaukee.
Bobby looked pensive.
Oh, sorry. No, in character,
And in fact, it is your turn.
Oh dear. So there's a Santa and a Santa, but one of them's John.
Yeah, I still have my tank top, right?
We did the shirtless thing, so
No,
I think I
yeah.
recognize you.
Oh wait, does he
We're
have
shirtless bros?
does he have the sweat dripping down the white T-shirt, or is it fully off?
Well, the
It's-
beard would
it's
hide the sweat.
Strategically torn.
Make a bromance
Can we-
check.
Romance check.
Can we just
I have no
like?
strength against that. 2.
Can we just clarify who's got shirts and who doesn't?
I have a shirt.
Mine is damaged.
Technically, it's a dress.
You have a damaged shirt.
I have a back of a shirt.
Back of a shirt.
Right, just part of a shirt.
My shirt goes into my dress. So
Okay.
Yeah, with 2 dresses
Right.
and no shirts. Or do you have a shirt?
I got a
Or they
jumpsuit.
coveralls.
those are the
Right.
jumpsuits.
So we actually have no
Coveralls.
full shirts at this point.
Right. Is there no shirt under your coveralls?
I think there's probably one.
I checked up my bromance score on the table, and it looks like it's Tumblr level bromance.
Right.
So I'll talk and no
you are
touch.
suddenly
It's in
confused.
gifable form.
You
Ooh.
are suddenly confused at who is who. Which one is John and which one is Santa?
I'm gonna roll for composure.
Yeah.
Well, which one do I think is most like Santa?
Well, make a bipolar check to see what your knowledge of the poles of the Earth is.
Well, I get a slight bonus from that from being a coal miner, but that's mostly underground, so does it apply?
Right. What's your opioid usage rating?
13 as of yesterday. I've been doing the tracking, and I have succeeded on all of my willpower checks.
All right. So no penalty for there. All right. So
Mine's
it's just a pretty
15.
much straight roll.
Man, these rules get
21.
complicated in this
21.
edition.
All right. You're pretty sure the one without the beard is the Santa.
Great. I will aim my pickaxe at the center of his head. The squishy part, like on a baby.
All right. Go ahead and make your pickaxe roll.
But we weren't going to be able to interrogate him if he doesn't
I'm
have...
using the blunt end of the pickaxe.
Okay, then
not
he'll
the
be...
pointy
Then
end.
it should be
The
fine.
Blunt end.
All right.
That
All
is,
right. Yeah.
He should be fine then.
That's a 15, and the modifier is spruce.
Oh.
15 spruce handle, right, which gives you a bonus. The Santa tries to dodge out of the way, but he is unable to, given the shifting nature of the tower he's on. You clonk him straight in the head. You're going to need to make a Warner Brother check for using the blunt end of the weapon.
How many birds are flying around his head when that's what we're checking for?
Oh,
Right.
well, you can modify that.
I can add extra birds.
Yes, you can.
Birds live in my clothing, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Is
that's
that
you could
awkward?
take an interrupt action for
I would like to launch birds.
Okay, so make a bird launch check to launch the birds.
27.
27. All right. When you clunk the head, the birds, a stream of birds, fly from the princess's dress and swirl about the Santa's head in a circle. In addition, it's joined by several stars, which blink about, and the false Santa sort of stumbles about. Up close, you recognize, because you're from the state of Milwaukee, the smell of Anheuser-Busch potion upon his breath.
What does that mean?
Is an early potion which
tastes terrible. It's very popular.
Right. It lowers stress. It lowers work stress, but raises marital and familial stress.
Oh.
It's a little like extended use of bliss.
Oh. Drugs are bad.
Yes.
Why are you looking at me?
Sorry.
God.
But at a less intense level. You don't need to start rolling for interdiction checks in this.
At this point, with Santa unable to act on his own accord, the teenagers all immediately become bored and begin to wander off through the mall, shoplifting and complaining about other shoppers.
Sarcastically?
Yes, for the most part.
So we're still focused on Fanta, fake Santa. He's confused.
Yes.
And,
We need to subdue him, I guess.
we've already sort of subdued
he's
him.
pretty subdued at this
Do
point.
we need to start questioning him? I would like to.
Should we-
Are we at the top of the initiative pass? Do we need to re-roll?
I wasn't going to put us in initiative order. We can just play this one out.
Okay. I'd like to engage him in a duet to see if I can't get more information about his background.
All right.
I'd like to. I'll do the tap dance style.
Yeah, go ahead and make a motivate roll. You get the feeling he's not a singer. He's a middle-aged white male who's embarrassed by singing. So,
But he's had the potion, right? The bush potion.
the bush potion might help a little bit, but it mostly seems to have made him angry.
That looks like 15.
He sings along for a minute and then sort of trails off at first chance.
Can I assist by adding minor chords and make it a villain song?
You can make an attempt. Now, you are a princess.
Don't compromise your bonuses.
Because if I fail,
You become corrupt.
yeah.
Right, and then you have to go on a whole separate quest, or you lose your powers, and we don't have time to get into that, but you can make the check if you want.
Maybe you could do backup singing for him. Sometimes people like it when they like get amplified. What?
I did take a bonus in mining related singing. So if I started mining the presents, I could provide backup vocals.
Ah.
That sounds like a good one because that would be more of a folksy song.
I have dwarven ancestry in the game.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why I looked at you. I'm sorry. I feel very awkward for doing that now.
Why don't you take it then? And at last case, I will attempt my rolls.
As the BBS pointed out, I can do the minor chords.
Okay, so the song's
Minor
kind of like
chords.
hi ho, hi ho, hi ho.
We
It's
want
off to
to
the
know
North Pole we
about
go.
you.
Yeah, no, let's do that one. We want to know more about you. We'll do that one.
Okay, between the two of you, it's too much, and he
Is it time for the? Well, let's figure. Yeah.
he breaks into tears, and he says, "Oh, sorry, I took the job. They said they'd leave me alone if I just took the job."
What job?
What job? What job?
What?
Tell us what
did
the
you
job.
dig?
That's basically it.
They said if I just sat here and pretended to be the real Santa, and I just threw people off the scent for long enough that they'd leave me alone and they wouldn't hurt me. The corporations,
Which
They're
corpse?
trying-
Which corpse?
all of them, they're trying to take over Christmas. There's a war on Christmas.
A war on Christmas.
The war on Christmas. It's this, you may have heard of it. Some people believe it's completely fictional and made up. Some people believe it's a real thing, but it's in which the corporations went to war with Santa to control the destiny of the holiday.
Where are which
Where's-
corp? Which
we know which corp.
we
You
know
said all the
all the
corps.
corps.
All the corpse.
But there's gotta be someone in
Where's
charge.
Santa?
This is-
Where's Santa? Where's Santa? We want the real Santa.
All right. Who has John McCain? You have some corporate knowledge of
I know about Japanese corporations.
Japanese corporations.
I have secret knowledge on
Vietnam.
everything.
That's right. Secret
Conspiracy
knowledge
knowledge.
on everything.
But we don't believe you when you say it if it's conspiracy knowledge.
All right. Make your secret knowledge check and make your Japanese corporation knowledge check.
8.
8 and
9.
8 and 9. You recognize that this corporation seems to not be acting like Japanese corporations in that it's very upfront and sort of non-subtle. You would gather maybe it might be a group of American corporations, most likely in charge of it. Could be possibly European corporations as well. your secret knowledge. You make it. You recognize that you know the history of toy corporations, specifically that the Germans used to control the toy corporations, but more recently it's been sort of a more global conglomeration which controls toy making in the world, and that for years they have competed with the North Pole for control of the toy manufacturing.
Guys, the global corporations, I mean, they've been competing with the North Pole forever. I bet they're the ones responsible for this.
So, are we allowed to believe him, or is he a conspiracy theorist, and we're not allowed to believe him?
Is this conspiracy, or is it a? Go ahead and make.
Well, I mean, I remember that Mordecai does from history. So
go ahead and make.
But at the time, it was largely considered hearsay.
Make
This is why history is hard. You don't know what is like real and what is like weird shit.
MacLeod, you have the knowledge you could get at any public library for free, right?
Yeah.
Ability. Go ahead and make.
I've read every book.
Right.
I get a bonus because I have accidentally fallen in love with this character.
Right. You believe him implicitly and
I have to.
Bob is jaded, so I don't think Bob would be able to believe him.
Right.
I'm only going to be able to believe it if it's put into song.
He makes a convincing check. None of you have reason to really question it, especially since he hasn't really said anything. He's just made himself sound smart. And so at first it sounds clever, and then when you think about it later, as many MacLeod things are, it doesn't actually mean that much.
But Bob wouldn't think about it later.
But regardless, the false Santa is impressed. He says, "Listen, I'm not supposed to tell anyone this, but the people met with me. They had a name. It was at the Asbro building.
Hasbro.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Hasbro building.
They created
Hasbro?
They were major competitors to what's his name? The one who died under Dice.
Not
Gordon,
major, but Gordon Weisman. Gordon Weisman.
They were competitors. They worked in the same industry. There were some rumors that they, in fact, were responsible for the Great Dice incident.
Right.
Well, we have no choice but to go to Hasbro and save Santa.
I thought it was Aspro.
It's Asbro.
It's
a man
Asbro.
Like a man's butt.
Wait, sorry. Is it Asbro?
It's Asbro.
Asbro?
Asbro.
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 I don't understand.
I'm thinking of
Can you
the
spell
Fifth
it?
World.
Asbro.
Oh, there's an
Asbro.
H in there.
It's a secret H.
It's like
Secret H.
Ubs.
Yeah, I actually misheard it as Hasbro when I should have heard Asbro, but then got corrected to Hasbro.
Yes.
So we're going to Hasbro, and it might be time to open up the chocolate, because I think that Elsie really has bonded with it. Are you sure you want us to open it? Because then we'll eat it, and you seem to be... Did you fail your love check against the chocolate?
You silly person
I didn't
bringing
roll
the in-game rules out of the game.
Do you want to open it up?
Oh, this is the true meaning of Corpsmas.
It's sharing
chocolate.
Yes, it's sharing.
Yeah.
Oh.
You should open it.
Your apartment.
Yes, I was hoping somebody else would know more about how to get it. It's a shame to open it, really.
I've never
because-
seen
no
a soy
katanas.
chocolate that big.
You're not allowed. No.
I was just yank on the sides.
I have a monofilament chainsaw.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
might
don't.
actually need that.
Right. There's no weapons here.
No
whatsoever.
weapons.
Yeah, that's our code name for scissors. Is monofilament chainsaw.
Yeah.
Because we
I'll be
can't
like-
afford that stuff.
I'll be like, I'm wrapping presents past the monofilament chainsaw. What I mean is the scissors.
Are you sure we
Also,
don't
I
just pull
never
both
wrap
sides and it
presents.
explodes in joy?
I encourage you to try it.
You ready?
Oh,
One, two.
God.
Oh.
This is not as effective as I thought, and I'm using my soap.
You guys were not being mostly adequate.
I'm surprised your cyber arms can't penetrate that.
No.
This is to prevent theft. All right.
We didn't steal it.
Right.
I'm going to go get the
It clearly
monofilament chainsaw.
it clearly has a high barrier rating.
I don't. I mean.
No one steals things. We don't steal things. We were. So,
Oh.
thank you for joining us. I mean, still joining us on Mainframe's thingamajig.
It's called
BBS.
the Warren. It's
called
the Warren.
They have a name.
The Warren.
I think
Hey,
they like
so
to be
I have
called
like a
bunnies.
question while she's opening that up. I want to know about your dragon mom. Like,
She's not my mother.
well, I mean, guardian, mentor, like dragon mentor.
Your sister didn't really seem to want to talk too much about it.
Whoa!
Did you guys like do like dragon stuff when you were young?
Can you breathe? Is it racist to ask if you can breathe fire?
I can't breathe fire.
She was adopted.
I'm not a dragon. You are aware of that,
we don't
right?
We don't really know.
She's not a
That's a
dragon.
We
dragon
haven't
thing.
seen you as a
Everyone
dragon.
knows dragons really can't use the Matrix very easily.
That is
I mean, they
not
can,
true
but
at all.
some of them can.
Some of them are
kind of.
incredibly proficient at using the Matrix.
Right. Some of them turn into ghost dragons on the Matrix, but for the most part,
You guys, after what happened back at the election, I don't really want to talk much about dragons.
It's fine. What's the
Like, have you heard from your mom since that happened? What is this? Is it gonna kill me?
This is the.
I have
She's
the thing
fine.
with the stuff.
Okay.
How much percent real chocolate is this? It tastes like 7.
Here.
Well,
This is
they're not
the
astrally
stuff
active,
ingredient.
so.
Thank you.
all right.
Does anyone need any
So it's
beverages?
just soy chocolate.
Soy chocolate.
Soy chocolate.
So,
Smells nice.
let's
though.
just cinematic out of this. You gather, generally you are able to determine the location of the Asbro building. It's pretty well known. And it's known that across town the Mattel Corporation is at war with the Asbro Corporation. And it's very recent. For a long time it was thought they were getting along, but recently these two corporations seem to be fighting each other.
I've never heard of Mattel.
Mattel must have lost the war.
Yes, in fact they did.
Really?
Eventually, yes.
They were known for their spokesperson.
Right.
She was a famous model, blonde hair, lived forever.
Oh,
There was
Barbara.
Torrid affair. For several years, they eventually broke up.
Barbara
She
and
has
Kenneth.
several illegitimate children.
They were
Barbara
elves,
and
right?
Kenneth.
I heard Kenneth didn't have.
There was some anatomical concerns.
Yeah. That came out.
Those are
at the
mostly
end.
rumored.
So, the Asbro Corporation is known. Its tower is called Tower Grayskull, and is a giant building made of plastic in the center of town. Well, as a drawbridge.
They were ahead of their time.
Yes, they were. It was one of the first plastic castles in known existence. As a drawbridge, and the entire castle can fold itself in two or open up. But it's very vulnerable when it is open.
That makes sense, but
What state is it in now?
It has been closed for the last weeks. For a long time, they kept the castle open, and there have been a lot of rumors about why it was closed.
What kind
What
of
were the rumors?
Some people say that they was not going to share their materials with people anymore. Some people says that they were grounded by their parent corporation and had their use of their castle taken away.
Oh.
But no one really knows, and none of those rumors seem to make much sense. But the biggest rumor is that they're hiding something inside of it.
Well,
Secrets are no fun.
so I can disguise myself as a janitor. Since I'm already a janitor, and I can sneak in the service entrance to flip the switch to open Castle Grayskull.
Oh.
All right, yeah, you probably could. Go ahead and make a hide intelligence check.
Hide intelligence check. 12.
12. You do your best to get a job and hide the fact that you're intelligent in the interview, but in the middle of it, the janitor says, the head janitor says, so, Mr. What was it again?
Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck. tell me again why you dropped out of school.
I dropped out of school because school is stupid. School is for losers.
Yeah, well, it is. That's right, of course. But here, let me pose you a problem. There is a row of cans, and some of them are red and some of them are blue. You get to, and the cans can talk to each other. You can only ask one can whether it's red or blue, and its neighbor is red or blue. And you have to determine if there's more red or blue cans.
What?
It's his janitor things. It's janitor
He
Arcana.
gestures to his whiteboard in his janitor's office.
I try to resist solving the riddle.
All right, make a resist.
10.
10. You are compelled to try to solve the riddle.
It was 20.
20. You completely get angry and you smash the whiteboard in two, and you say, "Logic is stupid." And he says, "Congratulations, you get the job."
Wait, wasn't he supposed to answer the riddle?
I thought he only got 10.
What? No, he said he got 20.
This is weird.
What?
That feels weird. So you've got a job as janitor, and you are in fact given access to the drawbridge switch.
Ooh.
Okay, I pull the switch.
All right. The drawbridge falls open. So far, nobody seems to have noticed. Now, this building is very narrow but very tall.
Oh.
You're on the ground floor.
All right, guys, come on in.
Is that on our comm links? Do we have... Oh, did he page me?
Yes, I paid you.
Oh, yeah,
Did you
I
page me?
paged her.
Yes, you are paged.
Oh, my hip. Oh.
Do I notice if there's any areas of Castle Grayskull that are under construction?
For the most part, it seems complete. You do notice there's a lot of signs in the area that seem to indicate there's digging going on underneath the building.
Sorry, did I miss anything important? I had to answer a call.
I got a page from
In the game.
from Matt.
Oh,
You've all been
I had to
summoned.
answer a real life phone call.
Is it from your dragon?
It's not from my dragon. I only have
Has she
one
not
dragon.
checked
Guys, the internet is now slowly learning that her parent is a dragon.
It has to be called a Wish You a Merry Corpsmas.
It's now being known.
We didn't celebrate Corpsmas.
What did you celebrate?
Yule.
Is that different?
No, you.
Yule.
No, you.
You're a shaman. Do you not know what Yule is?
I'm not well educated.
It's a log holiday where you celebrate a giant log.
And you watch it, right?
Yeah.
No.
You watch it burn.
Yes, there was lots of fire.
Wait, do you burn everyone who doesn't believe in Yule? Because I
Yes.
don't want to die.
Only the people who are trying to destroy the forest around Mount Shasta.
There's a log lady who summons the Great Lynch. And everyone celebrates Yule, and she tells people what the log says.
Is that where if you see the shadow of the log, winter happens for another 8 weeks?
That's
No,
strong magic.
that's Hoary Marmot
No, that's
Day.
ground log.
Oh, ground log day.
We
my
call
bad.
it Hoary Marmot Day, where the Hoary Marmot comes out of the hole and...
In the place where your accent went to.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I got a page.
I
Sorry.
heard something about mining.
Hoary Marmot. Anyway, back...
So no, I didn't talk
So
about
we're
mining.
at Castle
very British.
Grayskull.
This is a silly conversation. Back to Castle Grayskull, where
You
MacLeod
said
has
something
just
about
dropped it.
mining underneath.
There does seem to be some underground work being done. The drawbridge is wide open right now. You hear the sound of neighing coming from inside. Yes.
Oh, I have a bonus. Do I sense that there is an animal creature in need of assistance?
No, it's a human neighing.
It's a donkey, and John McCain can help it.
Wait,
do you
is it...
Let Cromwell answer the
Do
question.
you speak Orse?
I can listen to animal sounds. That is my upbringing as a princess. I can understand what animals are saying.
Oh, that's right. They seem to be teenage Orses, and they seem to be very... they're talking about feelings.
Are those feelings negative? Do they have maybe a 30-minute episode that needs to be held?
How do they feel about friendships?
They're talking about friendship overcoming negative feelings that they're having. Specifically, they seem to be suspicious of authority figures, but the others are saying, no, if you're happy and you have friends, you don't have to worry. Just trust in authority.
That seems foolish.
But the friendship part,
Friendship, yeah, I mean, it's a magical thing when it's done. Friendship is...
Friendship isn't really magic.
But it's like metaphorically magical.
No, it's really magical.
It can be metaphorically magical, but it's not really magic.
I believe, though, in this case, the definition literally would apply because there was a period of time in the late 1990s, early 2000s, where the word literally meant the opposite of what it technically means.
Yes.
So friendship is, in this context, literally magical.
All right, so you basically have two choices that you see so far that you've explored. You may want to explore others.
Can I mine my way in?
You think you probably could.
Great.
I just opened the drawbridge.
And he paged me and said it was open.
Well, you didn't make that part clear.
I said I got paged twice.
But you did. Never mind.
Were you talking to Hester?
The drawbridge is open. The area is under construction. The tower is very tall.
It's fine. I don't have to offer you any more jobs.
So we can just go through the gate that the drawbridge has been lowered, and as a team we will join arm in arm, and we will go through the drawbridge.
As John McCain, I take a -2 penalty to walking through front doors. So
why don't we mine our way in?
No!
I have a fear of open spaces.
That's not... is that true?
Bob does. I don't. I have other fears.
We know. We talked to...
What are your fears? Tell us.
We know. It's the C-A-R word.
I can spell fang.
Well, maybe just don't listen.
It's just a 4-letter word, though. Spelling fang isn't a big deal.
Yes, Elsie. As is spelling your name.
All right.
We are
as you stand in the street.
We are such an adequate team of not Shadowrunners.
You stand in the street
Why are
arguing.
you bringing that word up? We have nothing to do with Shadowrunning. There is
know.
no Shadowrunning.
You stand in the street arguing. You hear the neighing grow louder, and there are oofs. And MacLeod, make a. Do you have any stealth ability?
I have blending in.
Right. Make a blending in check.
8.
8. These creatures are in an area as they pass by. You see a series of colorful bears riding on colorful ponies as they go trampling by. And they come streaming out of the drawbridge and see you. Each pony has a different bear on top of it, and each of the bears have mystical symbols like moons and arts.
Like your tattoos.
Like tattoos.
They've got foci.
They glow with light.
Are they friends or foes?
They're friends of each other.
These are chi foci. They're tattoos that they get emblazoned on their bellies in order to grant them special adept powers. These are adept bears.
And do the ponies also have these?
Do they have tattoos on their flanks?
They have tattoos on their flanks that also glow.
So, but question:
These are
can you
magical.
understand the bears? I'm curious about whether or not the bears care about the friendship discussion that was happening earlier between the ponies.
I will try.
Wait, were the ponies having the conversation, or were the bears?
It was mostly horse language that you heard. Make a sense motivation check.
Okay. That is a thing I can do.
Just use your
it's cool. I can use my comm link. My motivation roll is 15, but I get a bonus if I ask them in song.
But as a princess, you also get a -4 naivety check.
Because everyone, I believe in everyone.
So go ahead and roll those.
Princesses are dumb.
Excuse me.
Oh no!
So I get the minus dice. So only 7.
7. They seem they're all about emotions. Something seems a little off though.
Bear friends, why are you so sad?
And as you say the word sadness, every one of the bears and the horses, they all say sad, sad, sad.
Oh, I don't like this.
Sad. And each of them glows a different color. You notice they're all like muted dark colors. And each of you feels a different emotion. Roll a dice and look it up on the negative emotions table.
Do we roll our our stability rolls, or do we just roll a random D11?
It's emotional stability roll.
Okay.
You're right.
I rolled gluttony.
Gluttony? You become hungry and you want more and more. Especially apples.
I open up my jumpsuit and I've just got lots and lots of apples in there. Right. And I just start eating my apples.
Oh. 2.
That's your daily.
Wait,
I
take the
know.
chart. I'll take the
Take the
chart.
chart.
Okay.
The emotion. Negative emotion. Ennui.
Ennui? Nothing matters. And it's French.
I lie down on the ground, light up a cigarette, and begin smoking while talking in a French accent about how nothing matters anymore and life is pointless.
All right, we'll come back to that.
Paranoid.
Paranoid? You feel like people in this world might feel. Everyone's
So
out.
paranoia was the same in the 90s.
People just didn't
People
experience
didn't
it all the
normally
time.
experience it as much in the 90s.
Okay.
Unless they add the heroin attribute.
Oh, what's that?
It's like bliss in the 90s, especially in financial districts. Mordecai?
I
gluttony.
got
I'll see.
gluttony.
Yes.
I got teen emo.
Alright, John McCain is inflicted by teen emo. He doesn't want to be anything like his parents, and you've got to express yourself in poem form.
Okay.
I have wrath.
Wrath?
I rolled really low.
Oh, right, okay, I've got to look that up on the extra.
Yeah, I
Princess wrath
rolled
is
double
different.
ones.
Alright, we'll get down your turn, alright? So, we're just going to, we're going to go in, we'll let you choose the order, because you had time to prepare as they roll. So.
I will be last so you guys can fix the problem.
You guys, I feel like the bears are staring at us. Does anyone else feel like the bears are just like staring at us, like staring into our souls?
Can't stop eating.
Oh god!
Nothing
Okay,
matters.
okay.
We are
Alright.
living in a post-apocalyptic world.
I
You
didn't.
should all just lie down on the ground and let the horses trample you to death because life has no meaning.
Between gulps of apple, I'm going to use my power to summon the genie Robin to help us out of this situation.
All right. So, as you guys speak like this, and the smoke begins to rise from Bob, a blue bearded man leaps forth. Actually, roll a beard check to find out if this is bearded Robin or unbearded Robin.
It's 6.
It's 6, so it is bearded Robin. So this is wise, mature Robin instead of prankster, funny Robin.
Oh. It's lucky I didn't get Robin Goodfellow.
Yes, very good. So, so he bursts forth, and he imparts wisdom on you. His wisdom is this. He says, each of you must put the emotions in the Abbey box and bury them deep inside of yourself to overcome this this tribulation.
I take my emotions and I put them in the happy box.
He looks straight at you, MacLeod, and he says, "It's not your fault.
Don't say that.
It's not your fault.
Don't say that.
It's not your fault.
That's a magic word.
Shut up.
It's not your fault.
Shut up.
It's
What if
not
it is
your
his
fault.
How dare you say it's not my fault? Of course it's my fault.
As you burst into tears, the animals grow even darker and sadder, and they seem to slump.
I turn to the bears and I say, bears, why do you stare? Life is so unfair. I wish my dad would pay more attention to me.
Nice. They seem taken aback by the broken rhyme at the end, and they slump even further. One of the bears sends out a beam of pure sadness that it hits Betty.
My entertainment career isn't going anywhere because musicals aren't really a thing anymore.
Princess, as the wrath hits you, your delicate floral sleeves are ripped open as your shoulder muscles expand.
As I expected.
And you've never actually been wrathful before as a Disney princess. It's the first time, and it feels almost uncontrollable.
Is this where my hair turns into two horns and I get a scepter?
Oh.
That's I'm sorry. That's if the wrath can take over.
That's if you don't resist it for long enough.
Okay.
Yes.
I would like to attempt to use the woodland creatures as my wrath tokens and start pecking out the eyes of the bears.
All right. An army of squirrels and pigeons and other urban foresty creatures emerge from the park nearby. And they climb up the horses and begin pulling off the little button eyes of the bears, who scream in agony as the squirrels eat their eyes and the rats munch on their little toes.
I'm going to resist Evil Queen.
All right, making a resistance check.
27 so far.
27. All right, you are not yet evil. You do have a little bit of thought of saying a mean thing to somebody at some point.
Okay.
It's never crossed your mind.
Does love
before.
save her?
Maybe.
Is she still? Because if she's still in love,
then true love's kiss.
We have to.
But she'd have to become an evil queen to be saved.
Yes,
it would have to.
It
thaw
does
her
require
frozen
a
heart.
physical kiss in order to make a love check for save. Bob, your smoke rises up, and some of the horses look at it and they say, "No, smoking is bad. Smoking is wrong," and they begin charging at you.
I have descended into a state of Frenchness, and so I am chain smoking, and at this point I have gone through 37 cigarettes, and so every time I finish one, I flick it off and aim it towards the horses.
All right.
Saying that life has no meaning. You should give up on everything you can counter, and your heart will give out, and you will die.
Oh God, she's right. There's no meaning.
Make a je ne sais quoi check.
Je ne sais quoi. It is 42.
Right. So they don't know what you said. They don't know what hit them, and they fall apart in confusion and begin to. The sort of lineup is broken up, and there seems to be a moment of vulnerability as the bears lose control of their horses as they contend with the squirrels on their eyes. Who's not yet gone?
Betty
this round?
hasn't gone.
Betty, yes,
And
Betty.
Crying.
She just starts singing a very mournful song about like a lonely Christmas, I know what song she sings. Says, "Love, you didn't do right by me. You sent me a Joe when winter and snow is hard." And she just hugs Bob for no reason. And she's very sad and she's very lonely. And life has no meaning, so why not hug Bob?
Does she have to get down on the ground to hug Bob? And
Bob does not hug back currently because life has no meaning.
Right. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Make a seduce check on Bob.
Whoa.
Bob's still shirt open.
She didn't know she was seducing.
Love acts in mysterious ways.
14.
14. Without either of you intending it, you seduce each other as you lay on the ground with him.
Life suddenly
You
has
just
meaning.
you accidentally kiss, and you begin to kiss. It counteracts both the sadness and the ennui to some degree, and you both seem to be able to act again. All right, and I think it's John McCain's turn.
I say, you're in for a surprise, sucker. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And I shoot my gun at them.
That was good rhyming, Elsie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get a bonus for her?
All right, just make a straight up firearms roll.
Okay. 13.
13. That's enough to blow away one of the little colorful bears.
Yeah.
Its little stuffed legs still sit on the horse. And you notice one of the little pony you attacked actually had a horn on top. The horn flies up into the air and stabs the pony right in the center of its head, and it collapses to the ground.
Oh.
So, as you do so, it seems to fall apart into a pile of plush and cotton.
Oh. So they're not real animals.
They were made by Hasbro.
Yes, they seem to be some sort of animated creatures of cloth and stuffing.
Are these Barghasts?
Similar, more like a golem, like animal golem.
Okay. So they have
It's
their
like a
souls.
homunculus.
Yes, a homunculus with less mud and more plush.
Yes. I've heard of such
And
things.
I think it's MacLeod's turn.
Okay. All out attacking it seemed to work pretty well. So I'm just going to smack as many of them as I can with my mop.
The sharp bit or the regular bit?
No, the regular bit. I'm trying to knock them over.
All right.
All right. Let's see. As a janitor, even as a fake janitor, you do have the ability to destroy toys. So make a destroy toy check.
7.
7. It's enough to do some damage.
27.
Yes, you take down 3 of the horses and 4 of the bears, leaving only 1 remaining. Your mop tears them apart, and piles of cotton form like snowdrifts in the street.
Mordecai's cheating. That's what your question is.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Wait, Mordecai, are you cheating?
He's using magic on you.
No.
Mordecai.
What?
The sparkles are for good, not evil.
They're for runs that we don't do.
I just really want to win and save Santa. Is that such a bad thing?
You can't win an RPG.
Persuasion your friends. Jeez.
But no, you missed. Mordecai's right. Santa, meaning of Santa is to cheat and break the rules, to travel to every house in the world and sneak into the house and deliver presents in return for milk and cookies, which you haven't earned because you made the elves do all the work, and you just happen to have a magic sleigh and some reindeer that you ensorcelled into doing your work. So cheating is really the true meaning of it's an important part of Corpsmas. Parents lie to their children.
Wait a minute.
So
Are you saying
the spirit of the cheating that matters?
Yes, as long as you're cheating for good, as long as you're cheating to help people and lying to them so they have fun, and you're enslaving elves so that they produce toys so children can have a good time, then it's all okay, because that's what the holiday's all about.
So, just to get this straight, the true meaning of Corpsmas is to steal and cheat for good reasons.
No,
Yes.
the true meaning of Corpsmas is to steal and cheat to improve your bottom line. The true meaning of Christmas was to steal and cheat for good reasons. Which is why we didn't celebrate
So I
Christmas.
can break into people's
Dragons
homes
don't
and
handle
take
cheating
cookies,
well.
and it's okay.
As long as you leave something in return and you don't do it for yourself, you do it for them.
Like it's if you're stealing cookies for you and a bunch of orphans, then it's okay.
Oh, I know some orphans.
So?
So,
In
Mordecai...
fact,
Making orphans so that you can steal cookies for them is not good.
So, Big Papa is the one who taught us the true meaning of Christmas.
And even though I've never celebrated it myself, I've actually had the true spirit of Corpsmas/Christmas inside me all along.
And in fact, your character's secret knowledge means he himself gains that knowledge. And with his awareness of what all the day is all about, he stands up, completely unaffected by the apples which were impeding him before. And he realizes he had the power to cheat all along.
Well, how do you like them apples?
They're
Less
pretty
on
good
the
apples.
ground.
One bear and one pony remain. They look frightened now.
I would like to use my John McCain's Last Stand.
This ability can only be used once. Unless it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's different.
yeah.
You roll for that.
Yeah.
And I would like to basically, once I play this, I have 20 seconds to do as much damage as I can, including trying to mount the horse and tear the bear's head from its socket.
Yes. All right. You're going to make a series of 3 checks.
Okay.
One, as an action hero, your checks are muscles.
Yep.
Good looks.
Yep.
And box office success.
Okay. Okay.
You can do this,
so I
Elsie.
finish my action hero rolls. Now, do I do my political savvy rolls?
You're going to have to make those after we get those 3.
Okay. So I got 26.
26. All right, that's muscles. Yep. Your next one.
12.
12. That's good looks. So more of like.
Tear your shirt off. Tear more of your shirt off.
Oh, I tear my
Your
shirt off.
bonus.
Oh.
All right, I'll allow that as a bonus action, given that you're using Last Stand. So you get to make a Steven Seagal check, in which you're not necessarily that attractive, but you use your muscles instead.
Okay.
So
Okay.
make that check.
All right. So that's another 3.
Right. That's enough. All right,
So
and then
15.
one more roll for your box office check.
20.
20.
Can I
yes.
do an assist from the White Christmas residuals to help her box office
Yes,
performance?
absolutely. Go ahead and make a nostalgia check.
Nostalgia check.
No.
Oh, that was an 8.
8. All right, all 3 of those are enough for you to overcome. You engage in that series of actions. Now go ahead and make your political statement.
Okay. Well, it's political savvy.
Yes, political savvy.
I say it's really the time that I spent fighting Santa that I came to love my country. And I say the environment is for us all to save. And then I make my attack.
All right, so adding those up, you get a plus 70 to your roll. So go ahead and make the roll.
Okay. Okay, a 15.
A 15 without the 70, or did you roll a negative number?
No, I rolled so 85 including my bonus.
85. All right, you just entirely obliterate the bear, and you rip the bear off the horse. You punch your foot through the stuffing in the horse's body, which is actually more hard plastic, and it sort of crumbles.
Oh, yeah.
You hurl the bear up to the top of the roof of Castle Grayskull, where it is impaled on a giant spike.
Plastic spike.
A giant plastic spike, and you don't even have to use the accidentally drop the villain requirement that an action hero normally uses, because it's John McCain. You are allowed to use violent villain endings.
Does stuffing go everywhere, and does it seem like snow is falling?
Yes, in fact, the stuffing does begin to fall. And in the window, you see a light glowing at the very top of the castle.
Like there's one candle.
It
in
lights
the
a
window.
little brighter as the snow begins to fall.
I want to use my environmental wizardry to take the falling snow and form a staircase straight up to the window.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, make a make an ice capades check.
So great.
Oh.
I'm so glad you're here for.
I am too. I didn't know what to expect.
It's a 24.
24. You do create a sort of an ice slide using the X-Men supplements. They've got some rules for that. anybody can climb it as long as you are able to surf or skate.
Can I utilize my
snowboard.
pickaxe as an ice pick?
Or, yes, you can use your pickaxe check to pick your way up.
I have elevator climbing, so if this is considered an elevator, I can climb it at, it's 30 feet per turn.
Elevators are slippery surfaces.
You're not using elevator check, but check your inventory. Do you have a fire hose?
I do.
You can use the fire hose to assist your ascent.
Okay.
I have a. It says here I have a caution slippery when wet sign that I can put down, and then I can clean my way up to the top of it.
Yes, make a Piso Mahodo check.
Piso Mahodo.
Oh, I didn't know your character was bilingual.
You can learn in the library.
Oh, that makes sense.
12.
12. You, that's enough that you're going to be able to climb it, although at a slower rate. As the person who sang the song, you're able to climb it on the power of your own song.
I believe full-heartedly, or my character believes full-heartedly in magic, so I should be able to trust my friends. But I do have a negative because of my evil.
Yes, we're going to make a negative check.
I can make a Daring Prince maneuver because of my secret backstory.
Right, you've got to do a feat of daring.
Technically revealed yet.
Make a Yukon Cornelius. Make a Yukon Cornelius check to impress the princess with your.
I was just gonna sweep her up, you know.
All right, that's going to be an opposed chivalry check against MacLeod.
Because then I pick the one arm up and then ice pick with the other
No,
one,
but
and then carry
but
her
you're
up
not-
the stairs
this
majestically
is gonna-
with my shirt open and my flannel.
This
All
is
right.
going to break my character's heart a little bit because we had been romantically involved prior, so it is going to alter the structural integrity of the ice ramp.
this is all very epic.
All right, here's how we're going to. Let's make a brawn check and a brains check to determine whether the princess chooses brains or brawn.
I roll a lot for brains.
And per princess
I roll a
rules,
lot for
the princess is not allowed to roll because the men simply decide for her
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh.
who wins.
Yeah.
It's
I hate princess.
that's the Disney.
It's a Disney rule.
This is 90s Disney rules, not
Not the new edition of
Right.
2000,
Right.
where women have choices.
yes.
I got a 22.
A 22,
33.
33.
Love is broken.
I'm afraid that the princess is blown away by the bulging muscles on Bob the miner.
Well, truth be told, I cheated on the roll where she fell in love with me anyway, so.
Oh.
Mordecai, that wasn't for the good of the group. That was for the good of your character.
I just thought it would be more fun that way.
See, that's what the Corpsmas. That's what the Corpse did to ruin Christmas. They took the magic of love and they used it to their own advantage.
I just wanted everyone to like my character.
Bob is going to take the friendship quality. I have some leftover points to spend, so I'm going to take the quality, and then I can transfer a special ability to a friend, and I'm going to transfer the chivalry ability to Matt Fleck.
Nice. Make so you're from the state of Milwaukee. Make a community check. Community building check.
47.
A 47. The spirit of community, what comes from the rural state of Milwaukee, extends.
It's the Midwesterner culture.
Yes.
Geography changed.
Yes. Everyone is imbued with the spirit of Midwest. You are friendly but not quite trusting of others. You're generally feel like you want to like people, but you don't want them to pry too deeply, and you love people, but you must stand at a 3 to 4 foot distance from them, and only hug if absolutely mandatory.
Can we also be underappreciated sitcoms?
I don't have that supplement, I'm afraid. Regardless, you're all lifted with the ability to climb in your various ways, and you climb up the ice slide together. Arriving as a group, unsure of where your relationships are going, but certain that you've come to the near end of this adventure. We're inside a big fire awaits, a warm fire at a hearth, and a chair stands in front of it, its back turned to you.
Do it.
I don't have anything to do. I have no skills against villains.
You're good at talking.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
I have no
know-
power against villains that turn their back to me.
Get their attention.
Make your woodland
What-
creatures turn the
What would a
towards you.
princess do?
A princess would believe that there is good in this person. That is
That's not
behind.
gonna help us.
Betty is feeling pretty cut off from the loss of the romantic connection, so she just kind of takes a step forward and
Ho! Ho! Ho!
Betty replies with, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
The call. They must answer the call.
You see the figure turn around, and he seems caught by your spell for just a minute until he speaks, and instead of giving in your spell, he says, "Never gonna give you up, never gonna say goodbye." Fools, do you think your music will work on me?
But the power of our music is all we have.
Well, and I've got a mop.
And he's got a mop.
Let's clean up.
Yes! Time to take out the trash. Wait, do we like this person or not? Is this Santa?
No, we make them good.
He's still
I have
not
the
seen
clean coal
anything but a
ability.
silhouette in front of the fire.
I will take a step forward and tap twice delicately on the shoulder. I look non-threatening because I am a princess and I move slowly.
You tap on red velvet, very nice, covering rock-hard muscles. Make a resist brawn check.
I can't. I'm weak to brawn.
I don't think there's any dice for that.
Oh, this is gonna be really bad, guys. Oh, 9.
9. You are almost pulled in, but your Gaston bonus lets you see through that this is not a good person. As he spins around, throws a chair away, and you see a very large, muscled Santa, who is wearing a red velvet military outfit, and his eyes gleam with fire.
Oh, man.
You notice in a cage in the corner is a more portly, friendly-looking Santa.
The real Santa.
This fake Santa, is it a mystic adept?
Go ahead and make a, does anyone have any kind of supernatural or fantasy knowledge?
I know
Fantasy
everything
knowledge.
that's in the library.
Yeah, you would definitely know fantasy.
14.
14, know everything in the library. 14?
Rob has never read a book.
15.
15. Your library knowledge, and your check was specifically using, like, what area of your knowledge?
General fantasy tropes.
Fantasy tropes. Yes, so you were reminded of a book you read as a teenager by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, something about the cover involving certain creatures and weather. And you were reminded of a very similar entry to a warm room full of treasures in The Hobbit. You realize this is Seder Claus, the human form of Lofear, not yet turned into a dragon because it's 1990. He laughs. He says, "Fools! You have tread upon the domain of the corporation-run Christmas. You're too late."
No, we have to save Christmas.
Oh, I used my daily already.
No,
Wait, the corporation, it's 1990s, right? They don't have sovereignty, right? So we can extraterritoriality. So we could sue him. Does anyone have? We could sue him for like antitrust or like them being a monopoly.
I have
on
legal
Christmas.
knowledge.
You have legal knowledge. We have to sue him.
That's true. Extraterritoriality is not here. So a few things. You have legal knowledge, which is applicable even on corporation grounds here in the Hasbro Tower. John McCain's police status is still in effect here. And even your royal sovereignty is still correct, or is still valid.
All right. I want to serve him with papers. We're going to take him to court.
All right. Make a you've been served check.
12.
12. You aim it at him, but he points a finger at you and says, "Objection!"
Oh no!
Literal words fly out of his mouth and smack you in the face, knocking you backwards.
I am going to expend my Clean Coal Act, which in this case I think I would get the bonus for Now You're Nice because there is a mythical figure in the room, and clearly I assume this character is lawful evil.
Yes, you can use Clean Coal Act against him, but be warned, as a minor, it will hurt you as well. You will be sacrificing your own livelihood.
Bob will sacrifice himself for the cause because he is a true prince.
All right, so go ahead and roll your Heart of a Midwestern Man check.
Can I add a bonus? For one shirtless and two ladies who are attractive?
Yes, I will allow it.
Excellent.
Oh, because we cried out in pain.
38.
38. You give up some chance of livelihood in order to take this on. The forces, spirits appear. They appear to be wearing fedoras and trench coats, and they have badges that say EPA, and they swirl around him, and you notice the black smoke that seemed to be streaming from his nose and ears is sucked away, and filters are placed on his face, over his beard, and he seems to be having a little trouble moving.
Should apply a significant penalty to all of his future attacks.
Yes. Yes, he takes a regulation penalty on any checks that are at all dirty or unclean in any way.
Excellent. You did a great thing. Is that...
Bob's now down for the count. I can't take any major actions for the next round, for the entire scene.
Do you have to defend against love?
Well,
I mean, that was
no,
a very
because he
selfless act.
transferred love to...
I transferred chivalry.
To...
Yes.
You might have to defend against love.
At the end of this fight, we'll have to do some rolls to determine
who's the true prince.
Yes, and whether, yes, we'll get there when we have to. Right now, you can still act, Bob, but you are unable to use any of your mining-based abilities. You can still use your Milwaukee-based Midwestern abilities.
And the shirtless abilities are still...
That's just a passive bonus.
Oh,
But those still stay in play even if you're unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
a passive bonus.
Yes. We've not had a round for an act from Betty or John McCain.
Okay.
So he's incapacitated now.
Yeah, he's currently trying to fight off the EPA spirits and having filters placed on his head.
Betty will go over and is there a key, like an ornamental key to the cage where the kindly Santa's being kept?
Yes. Now this is Seder Krupp. So it's a sort of a German clockwork cage, full of golden gears that twist against each other. And rather than a key, there seems to be some combination involving a clock.
Oh, okay. A combination involving a clock. All right. Well, I'd like to do an extended test, and use my choreography power to learn the movements of the clock and mimic them.
All right. So that will take a full round, but go ahead and make a roll to determine, and then we'll look at that roll when we come back to you to see. All right. And John McCain.
Let's see. I would like to use Maverick.
Ooh.
Which is I completely ignore any legal recourse and or consequences for my actions.
Right.
And I cross the room to punch him in the face.
All right. Make a defy police chief check.
Okay.
Wait, but if you lose, he has to turn in his badge and his gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Badge
So-
and gun. Yeah. 10.
10? As you move forward, you say, "Wait just a minute." And a Glover spirit appears. He says,
Oh no!
He says, "Damn it, John, I was going to retire."
No!
you're breaking all the rules.
Oh.
The rules exist for a reason. You gotta do it by the book.
I launch a rebuttal and I say, I just had to take care of some business. I had to do the right thing.
All right. Make a I'll tell you what. Make a do you feel lucky check.
Okay.
Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Oh.
6.
Do you still have leftover punk quality from when you were a teenager?
I don't know, because it...
I know what you're asking yourself. Is 5 enough to succeed or 6? And to tell you the truth, in the heat of this role-playing adventure, I lost track myself. So you've got to make a lucky check.
Is that just one?
It's just a pure luck check to find out if you're a lucky punk or not.
Do you like flipping a coin?
Do you flip a
Do you feel lucky? Well,
Do
do
ya?
ya?
So I'm flipping a coin?
Yeah, heads or tails?
Tails?
Tails, you are just lucky enough.
Ah!
You pull forward, you ignore the rules, and you punch him right in his face. Because he's not yet a dragon. Your fist is not immediately consumed and chopped off. Instead, the punch lands.
Don't punch a real dragon.
Now, he is German and stocky, and so you take a couple of points of subdual damage as your hand hurts. But you, he turns and he looks up and he has blood coming out his nose, and he looks at it and he gives you the I can't believe you just did that look.
I sort of feel somehow, some way, like this is the second time now Chromo has set us against a dragon. I don't know. It's just this weird feeling that I have. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's not.
We have to, role play it before we can do it. You know? We have to,
Well, none of us are going against
it's
dragons. Not after.
Now,
I'm just saying it could happen. We might as well do it here and, get really good and then...
Now, Lothair is not yet in dragon form, given the absence of magic in the 5th world.
That's
so
fair.
he uses a CEO ability. He spins backwards and knocks up. There's a line of white dust on his desk, and he swishes it in all your faces. You need to all make an heroine check if you're an heroine,
Wait, heroin?
and an hero check if you're a hero.
So
Heroin.
Greek
as in
food?
Oh, hero check. Like a hero or a
They
hero.
were a lot
or
more
what?
gendered in the past.
That's
so
right.
They
Like,
didn't have just a category
roll.
for hero.
Oh, as a female, female princess, I have a very high heroin check.
Did anyone get below 10?
Not.
I got
23.
a step above.
All right, Betty and John, you are filled with uncontrollable rage. You must attack and continue to attack in the next round. Your hearts begin beating at a speedy rate. And every move you take has to be risky business.
Ooh.
Some way or another. All right, that's his action for the round, so he goes right back to who went first there?
I feel like I turned him around, so it would have to be me again.
Yes.
Just to explain the scene as what's happening, we have two characters that have gone into rage because they failed their hero checks.
Yes.
Now, did my clockwork extended action succeed before I went into heroin mode?
Yes, you are able to make the check first. When we get back to your round, we'll determine how successful it was.
I would like to pick up where she left off and be the other. You know how, what can you see? Da da da, looking at me. I would like to continue the clockwork song where Betty left off, and due to the reprise, I'll do a reprise roll.
All right, for a Disney princess to match songs using motions with clockwork, it's a small world check.
Ah, yes. Oh, that is.
So
That
there's
is
a
a
table
very
for
high
that. Roll it and see which country you roll.
This is such a complicated game.
It's
You're
Gordon
lucky.
Weissman.
It's a
He loves
Gordon Weissman
complication.
system.
I have
Thing is simple.
the patriotic America without the A.
All right. As you sing, you use your Princess Disney abilities, and a small rotating array of wooden dolls come spilling out. All of them are waving the old nation of the United States flags. And they spin in and spin around a mainframe. And what was your check before?
It was 17.
17. Between your singing, even while rage, you're still able to direct them as they, the tiny little dolls, climb up the cage and begin to take the gears apart.
Yes!
Don't leave her hanging.
Aha! I would never leave you
All right.
hanging.
I think Bob, you are next. I'm not sure if it's Bob.
I
no,
don't know what I am.
I think Matt Fleck.
Matt Fleck, I think, yeah.
All right, I gotta do my best to take down this Santa. I'm going to look at him.
He's
Yes.
a Fanta.
Yes, he is a Fanta. Thank you, Mainframe 3.
Seder Claus, yes.
I'll say, I know if you've been bad or good, so be dead for deadness' sake.
Oh!
And I'll take my mop, and I realize I'm giving up my only weapon as I do this, and I'm going to throw it pointy end right into the heart of the beast.
All right. Let's see. We're going to need 2 checks for this. We're going to need a quip check for your quip.
Okay,
Quick
that might
check.
give you a bonus.
7.
Nice!
All right. And we need a cinematic aero cam check for the camera what is on the broomstick, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves style.
Where it goes...
Determine if the camera weights down the projectile.
I won several Oscars. That gives me a bonus.
It does, right. And you direct your own movies as well sometimes,
Right.
so you get extra technical.
14.
14. It is enough. The broom hits him. It hits. What did you actually aim at?
At his heart.
At his heart. It clinks into here. But you hear a clank and it falls down. He seems a little wounded, and a small scale falls out from his under his coat.
Oh,
Like
jeez.
scale mail scale or dragon scale?
Like scale mail.
Oh.
So there's now a hole.
There's now a hole right here.
You can't do that to me, Cromwell. I thought we were dealing with his dragon form for a second.
No, it's just physical scale
That's a
mail
second.
right now under the Santa uniform. All right. Now I think it is Bob.
I can't use my pickaxe
No, that's a minor
get,
skill.
to get to the heart of the matter.
Ah! Ha ha ha! Nothing.
You are very funny. We are happy to have you in our family, Miss J. I know we don't see... I know this is not a time to bring it up, but we like it when you hang out. You could be a part of MFEC anytime you want.
Make an epiphany check.
Mfekja. Jumfek.
Sorry, there's just
Mjafek. Mfejka.
That one, that one.
13.
13. Due to the combination of the holidays and being unable to use your pickaxe to solve problems, you have a strange realization that you have
Does it hurt?
always wanted to be a dentist.
Huh.
As pickaxe-wielding Christmas characters often do. And you realize you've lost the ability to be a miner, but you realize there are other careers out there that cannot be automated or replaced by clean energy. And you realize you do have some dental-related abilities. It's always been an interest of yours, and how hard can it be?
To pull teeth? Could be like pulling teeth. So I will transition my pickaxe into its dental form,
Right?
which is just a smaller pickaxe inside of the larger pickaxe that I will remove. And then I will use that to very accurately, surgically get in between the scales into the chink in the armor that you provided.
Inside your pickaxe, is there a note that says, "Dear Warden, you were right. The answer was inside all along"?
Yes. And there's
Excellent.
always money in the pickaxe.
Okay.
That's on the other side.
Right. It's a very complicated class.
I took a lot of subclasses. Honestly, I felt like there was a very effective way to really maximize the effectiveness of a character in this system, so I spent a lot of time. I had entire sheets of spreadsheets looking at probability numbers. I created a probability distribution for this character.
You must have done all of that really quick, since he only announced the game after we all got here.
No, everyone else generated their characters beforehand, Mordecai.
Oh.
I sent you an email.
I must have
with
not
links
got...
to the generation of the characters.
I got ads for discount cars, so...
Oh.
How much was the discount?
Wait, your car's fine, isn't it?
Well, that's a long story.
All right.
You have to be careful when you go to those places.
Bob, you run forward and jam the pickaxe into the art, which is you're take -5 because that's not dentistry as much as it is cardiology. But go ahead and make the roll.
Although there is a direct correlation between teeth health and heart health.
That is true.
So, it's an important thing to know. Oh, I didn't take too many stats in that. 9.
9. You are, as you approach, he slaps you away and knocks you to the ground.
No.
And laughs. Remind me who you are currently in love with? Okay, so you are safe, but you are in love with Bob.
Yes, and I don't like that I saw her getting getting slapped away, and I can only act in anger because I'm in heroin mode right now. So my dancing shoes, which are heels, I just do a big swinging sort of jeté kick and try to embed the heel of my dancing shoe in the hole in his armor.
Nice, because this is a German office. You get a clog bonus, a wooden clog bonus, which is close enough. So add that into your kick attack.
Okay.
And you get plus
She's actually
5
very
for
trained
raging.
in kick attacks. She was a chorus girl for years.
Plus 5 for raging, plus 2 for the injury of someone you love.
37.
37. The shoe aims true. It goes right where the scale was knocked away, into his heart, and he screams out and says, "No! No, it is not yet my time."
Well, that clockwork thing says it is. Tick-tock!
Nice.
Does she get a bonus attack for sass?
Yes, you don't normally get a quit bonus, but in this case, I think she does. So, yes, you'll get a +1 for your rolls for the next round.
Oh, that's pretty good.
For bonus clip. Who's not yet gone? Princess.
My
John
last
McCain.
turn was opening the door with the help of the animatronic children.
Oh right, that was this round.
I think that was last round.
Yeah. So
Did
it's your
okay.
turn again.
And I want to know how close we are to opening that door.
The door probably another round and it will be open.
I would like to then. Oh goodness gracious! Does anybody else have a turn while I think?
Sure, you can delay, and it's
I would
John
like to
McCain's
delay.
turn.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so is your shoe still like embedded in his, like, or did you like stab him and then she's out of there?
The shoe is embedded. Her foot is currently, her leg is currently still caught. She's
It's kind of like my the ball of my foot is on his throat a little bit. Creating so with pointed toe extension.
Okay.
So her foot's actually kind of caught, like it's partway into the scale.
But you could try a ballroom lift to get me out of there or something, and that might create additional leverage on the wound. I don't know. I get a +2 assist to any partnering that we do.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm not really able to do that.
Do you have your tank top on? Because then you get a dirty dancing bonus.
Oh, forgot about the dirty dancing.
Oh, the
bonus.
dirty dancing bonus. I didn't think we get to use that in this game.
Then nobody puts baby in a corner.
Then nobody puts baby in a corner.
The
maneuver,
Okay.
it's-
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
But you have to crawl on the way there.
Okay.
All right.
I crawl.
Wait, I thought you were in love with my character.
I am in love with your character, but the power of the dirty dance.
No, that's true.
is,
You're
you know,
human.
they weren't actually. They didn't end up together.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Really, the combat is
fling.
the only interesting thing. No one cares about the relationships, I think.
I don't know. I feel like this combat's a little slow. Seems to drag a little bit.
But
Well,
there's
I've
emotional.
already
Blame
called her.
Beisman for that.
And we like I I lift you, and then like I shove your leg further into his heart.
All right.
That does in the background.
Yes. There's a few.
I'm on my life,
And
and
I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
Stop this! The police chief, who still stands behind you, the Glover, says,
The ghost of-
my son was killed in a car accident after dancing, and I've outlawed dancing, McCain. How dare you? You must make one more resist authority check to be able to dirty dance and lose her foot.
11.
11? It is just an, does anyone have any ability that can assist that?
Yeah.
Wait.
Assist with the authority.
In either overcoming or convincing or...
I have a bonus to changing the minds of father figures.
I
With
can
sheer passion.
Right, okay.
Because I'm a princess.
Make a favored...
Daddy, I'm 16.
Make a favored daughter check.
I choose to be honest about the fact I don't actually have 12 brothers and sisters.
Oh!
Oh!
One-time class use ability.
Yeah.
What's your roll?
4.
4, okay.
It wasn't a good roll.
Everyone's just awkwardly wondering why you lied about it.
I didn't even know you had talked about it.
What was your...
I had 48.
48.
Yeah.
And
I am really good at defying father figures when it comes to love and dance.
Nice.
The Glover spirit says, "Oh, I can never say no to you," and he disappears in a puff of patriarchy. So the dance is successful. You spin her up. Lofir, aka Satyr Claus, is lifted above you, thrown backwards out the window. He says, "I'll return," as he extends his wings outward.
No!
But then remembers it's the 5th world, and he falls down to the pavement.
Yeah.
He smashes through the pavements. And into the underground.
Oh. The
Just
poor
like that
trolls.
Die Hard movie.
Oh, I guess they aren't there yet.
No.
Yes, they're not there. There's only karate fighting turtles and old rat masters down there in this time frame.
That's fair. Still children, correct?
The
The
doors,
war with them
Yeah,
wouldn't
they're-
be for another
They're
30
called
years.
the hand.
yes, the foot. In
Yeah,
this
it's the
case.
hand. And he's trained by Stick.
Wait, no,
Right.
you've got your issue wrong.
No.
It's the foot, and he's trained by Splinter.
No, the blind
Okay.
rat.
Right.
I thought it was the
There's some-
musicians. Beethoven, Tchaikovsky,
That's gotta be
Okay, we're
right.
just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Mozart,
Yeah.
right?
Electra.
Musician. They were named after famous musicians.
Okay.
And then there was a blind marmoset that trained them
Oh no,
in
I did
kung
food.
fu.
So
Okay.
many,
It wasn't
so many of these
karate.
records were lost in the GoBot Transformer War.
Yeah.
Do they use the roller skates?
Those were dark times.
Back to the
No, those
back
were
to
the
the topic at
transforming
hand.
fights.
Yeah.
The gears unwind and a cage opens, and you're a much nicer. Ho ho ho!
Real Santa?
Yes, it is I.
It's real Santa, guys!
How do we know you're the real Santa?
Because I know your real names: Elsie, Mordecai, Fang, Liara, and Mainframe. Yes, the true Christmas was in all of you all along. Even here in the 5th world, where we had true Christmas, it still exists in the 6th world. It's in you, and not in the corporations.
Right.
Aw.
We learned to cheat, but for good.
Yes,
Like
and
we
well,
do in everyday life.
Not as Shadowrunners.
No.
No, not a Shadowrun.
Don't say my real name. It's bad.
that's not a real name. Elsie's just
No.
a name I made up. We're role playing.
These are all just handles.
Her
It's
name's
fine.
Ellie.
Yeah.
He pats you on your back, and he gives each of your characters a present that means something great to you. Betty, you get the Oscar you deserved and never got.
I'd like to thank everyone,
Yeah.
except you, Fanta.
Bob, you were given a job administering the dental plan for a solar farm.
Oh.
Princess, you were given the ability to go on an adventure which doesn't have to have Prince in it.
Wait, an adventure plotline without romance?
Right, you can if you want, but it's all your choice, and it's secondary to your goals and accomplishments.
She gets agency?
Agency. Yes, your own agency. MacLeod, you're just given a vague ending that involves you wandering off out west, but the legend of your bromance with Benman will live on for the ages.
Well, thanks, Santa, but I gotta see about a girl.
Right, as you wander off. And John McCain.
Hey, Krellin, shut the hell up, man.
Look, we don't talk about real names here on the Warren, all right? It's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Super dangerous, dude.
And John McCain,
It's
your
fun and
marital
scrubbing all day.
problems, even though nothing you did this entire time did anything to work on some of the troubling, emotional crippling you undergo or your relations with your spouse, your marriage is healed due to actions you took. And the sign is that you're going to remain married, and your wife even changes her name to your last name in a sign of loyalty.
Violence solves everything.
The fifth world. I tell ya.
Santa says, well, Merry Christmas, and he too steps out the window. But instead of falling, he lands in a sled, which is pulled by several sharks that are flying in the air, with one shark in front, which has a giant red beacon strapped to its forehead. And they fly off through the air, saying, Merry Christmas! Or Corpsmas! You get to choose.
The choice is in our hearts.
Right.
Wow. Wow, Cromwell. That was a really great adventure.
Yay!
Wow.
That was the most amazing Chris Corpsman stories I've ever been a part of.
Thank you for inviting me. This has been quite pleasant.
It's been.
You can say it. You can say it. You can make your lips say the word.
It's been adequate.
Adequate, yes.
It's been fun.
Wow.
Most importantly, we learned a lot about the history of the 1990s. So, Elsie, hopefully this will help you next time you try to pass your GEDs.
Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot.
Elsie, I'm going to send you some actual information on the 1990s.
No, this was good.
Ignore everything you learned today.
Well,
What? Really?
It's
guys-
fine. It's fine. Everything's
okay.
fine.
Look, the 90s were a hazy time. There's very little truth, only legends. I mean, it was such a difficult time. They didn't have a matrix. Like, they didn't even have digital way. I mean, the pager was just the only... They had to call each other. How could anyone generate reliable documentation of any historical period that didn't have the matrix?
Well, you guys, I gotta say, this was my first Corpsmas, and a pretty good one at that. I gotta get back to cornbread, though. So, thanks a lot for having me. Thanks, Mainframe 3, for hosting.
Yeah, you're welcome here anytime, you know.
All right.
Big Papa.
Thank you for not hiding in the broom closet.
Fine.
This is like the longest
Fine,
you stayed out in the main
fine.
room.
Oh, you can't get that broom closet open right now.
Big Papa, you're always welcome.
Well,
The door
at
open
Mainframe 3.
inward? How did you fill it?
I'll leave that to you guys.
Bye,
You can fill
Mordecai.
it from above.
I'm Mordecai.
Wait, what?
You can fill it from above. You just have to cut a hole.
I don't feel like the math works on this. Did you cut a hole in her floor?
Not on the floor.
Krellin, the
saying you can fill
Matrix
it from
didn't
above.
exist in 1990, and this is when this is in 1990. So it's basically just like cave paintings we have to rebuild this time period and some traits.
The Prodigy and the CompuServes was the
those were the
kings
Matrix.
of the Matrix, or whatever the pre-Matrix was. That's weird.
What?
I don't know. The astral plane just got all strange and all wonky and disturbing.
Did you guys hear bells? Like
What was that? What?
Oh my goodness!
It's Sharky Claus! He's just out of frame.
Oh my god! Sharky Claus is real! And he brought us oranges! Real oranges!
Real oranges?
These are real fruits!
Soy-based at all.
This is a true Corpsmas miracle! Thank you,
Corpsmas is real.
Sharky,
Sharky.
I need to talk
Claus.
to you. I've been real bad. I need to talk to you. Okay.
I think that means you're forgiven, or else he's going to eat you in your sleep. I can't tell which, and with Sharky Claus, no one knows.
Have you been good? Because then you get oranges.
I don't know if I've been good. Really?
Really?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was so difficult, Sharky Claus.
Well, look, I mean, maybe they'll be happy to see you.
Well, you don't know unless you try.
Well, I mean, it's holidays. It's the time everyone.
Sharky Claus, you're always welcome here.
Do you need a hug, Sharky Claus?
He smells like salmon.
Yeah, it does.
I think that's a compliment.
Is it?
So,
Well, I feel like I learned a lot today.
What did you learn?
Well, I learned that I really shouldn't be judged based on like what my knowledge of history is, because it seems like nobody really knows what happened.
I think that's fair. I perhaps a sternly worded letter to the GED committee is in order.
I think so.
And remember, cheating's okay, as long as it's for good.
He's gone, guys. He put a fin aside of his snout and he flew up into the sky, up to the Aztec Technology Pyramid, and then up even higher. And I didn't see anything after that.
Oh.
Well, I hope he has a really merry Corpsmas.
I hope so too.
Oh, look at this.
He looks surprisingly good in a beard.
All of you have a Merry Corpsmas.
God
And,
bless us, everyone.
Oh, wait, not yet.
Hey!
That was way longer than we
Well,
thought.
like, it'll just be 90 minutes. We won't have enough material to fill it.
No way we can do 3
Hey
hours.
guys, did you remember we're improvisers?
Thanks for hanging out, Thumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Numbers. Yeah.
I didn't.
This is what happens when you leave us to our own devices.
Yeah.
There,
I don't have an orange.
Shit happens.
Literally our own device.
I know.
it's just.
Wait, why would I say that? I don't know that.
Wait, what? Oh.
So if you know, so we can hang out for a little while longer. If we've got chat here, and thank you guys very much for watching. I know it's a holiday week. Many of you may still be spending time with friends or getting caught up on work. But let's introduce ourselves as human beings. Although I'm sure many of these folks are
Get back.
fans.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch, and this is my apartment.
Not Mainframe's
No,
apartment.
it's also Mainframe's apartment. It's,
Apparently.
Guys,
What it needs to be.
I'm Random Tuesday, Lauren. I know that all of my names work. You can find me at Random Tuesday on Twitter or Random Tues on Twitch. I normally GM this shenanigans, and I don't have blue hair. I wasn't sure how many of you genuinely didn't believe it was me or not.
It was very confusing.
I wasn't sure. So we're gonna just assume all of you knew it was me.
Hi, I'm Claudia, or you can find me on Twitch and Twitter as Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH. And it's been great hanging out.
I'm Dan Poslins at Dan Poslins on Twitter.
I am Janine. I am at Admiral Asma on Twitter.
I'm Tony. I am at LBeefus on just about everything. And I do not normally GM for good reason.
I am very impressed by all your guys' whippity good culture.
I'm so glad
Our
to
whippity
hear
doo-dah.
Well, it helps that we were not gunning for accuracy.
Yeah.
So,
Tangent is our middle name.
Yeah.
So we will be back next week.
Yep.
With a
And
real
then
Yes.
episode.
The new studio.
That's right.
Which
I'll be gone that week, but I'll be back the following
Yeah.
You'll
week.
be there in hope.
Oh, great. Now no
Yes.
one's going to tune in because they know you're not going to be there.
Right.
Way to spoil
They
it.
should have
Good
thought about
job,
that
Dan.
before making me the star.
That's fair. We fell in love with. who
You're the
you
only
are.
one the Sharky suit fits.
I wish that were the case. God.
There was
The
a lot of
places-
video evidence to the
The
contrary.
places that thing has been.
Oh, man.
Oh, with like half of the staff going to LA now.
Fewer
Yeah, that's
people
true.
will be
Fewer
in the
people
Sharky
will
suit.
have- yeah.
We have more of a monopoly on the Sharky suit. So yes, in case you are just joining us and maybe you've been gone for a couple weeks, the Seattle studio is transitioning. We closed out operations at the old studio the week before Christmas, and they are building out. We're moving to the Penny Arcade facility, and that's where we'll be broadcasting from next
Super
week.
exciting.
We haven't been told where it is yet. so-
It's fine.
We'll
It's
find it.
secret.
We'll
It's
find it.
safe. Everything's fine.
They're gonna pull black bags over our heads.
No.
and put it on the
Try
bunch of
with
it.
it.
Back
It could all
away.
be a big hoax. They
I
tell
know.
us that we're
A
going
bunch
to
of
the
I
people
Penny
with
know.
Arcade building,
enforcer shirts.
and then they move to LA.
Yeah.
We never did. anything.
It's on a farm. There's puppies there, and you'll all be happy.
Oh dear. And so when we found out that like we wouldn't be able to do studio broadcasts this week, we just all thought it would be fun to hang out.
Thank you, Bakamoy Chigel. Bijimanchigay. I'm
Oh,
not going to
thank
say.
you, Baka.
Mochige.
Bakamochigay.
Yeah.
Yes. And for those of you, since this is probably the only like verbal hyper broadcast this week, I believe Rai Rai said that the broadcast will start at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, January 3rd. Because in America, it's a national holiday on the 2nd because the 1st is on a Sunday. It's all very confusing.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, January 3rd, 11 a.m., Hyper will resume its normal broadcast days, but from 2 new locations.
It's gonna be really excited. Keep in touch with us. You can.
It is, while it is a fun, relaxed setting, it is impractical to play Shadowrun given the quantity of dice.
You know,
and
there's no
spreadsheets
way
that are
we'll be able to
required.
roll all the dice that
You need a freaking table.
what's his name? Gordon Beisman.
Gordon Bison.
Yeah.
As a side note, we all love Shadowrun.
We do.
Let's be very
We do.
honest.
But
We
we
need the room for
do
the
like
dice.
making fun of buckets of dice.
Yeah.
right when you corp news from Cheryl's bathroom.
Well, I haven't checked if anyone's in the bathroom, so
I did.
anything's possible. Okay.
Yeah, there's very little buffing
He's
in the
gonna do
bathroom
it
this
from the
trip.
broom closet.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun. I think this is. Somebody was saying this is a relaxed setting. Yeah, I agree.
It was nice to get to let the characters just be in the same space for 3 hours.
Thank you for going along with us on this fairly ridiculous journey.
We didn't warn you what it was going to be.
Yeah.
No.
I think I correct Cromwell's accent for about 60%.
You did pretty good. There was one part where I called you out because you were like very consistently lost
Yes.
it.
And we need to give a big shout out to Cheryl, Dan, and Tony who worked on a lot of the video pieces and the setup for us to be able to do this, which were kind of amazing. Some of this, like, I had not seen before today, so it was really cool you guys got those pieces together.
Yeah, there's a fancy light setup that has like an reverse umbrella that's shiny. I've never seen one.
Also, we did want to remind everyone that we're improvisers. That was the entire purpose. None of this
If
is
you can-
scripted.
If you can believe that this wasn't scripted.
Right? Carefully wrote all this out.
God, who would write that?
Someone who was high. Dice bucket challenge.
Don't do it.
Oh,
You're gonna
God,
hurt your
that sounds
face.
painful.
You're gonna do your face. Your
Ugh.
face. We need y'all faces.
Y'all faces?
Everyone's faces. Thank you guys so much for just tuning in and being funny. This is our first time where we had chat the entire time.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't always stop, like we saw you guys and
We
a couple
caught
of things
a
worked
lot
its
of
way
it.
back into
Yeah. It's definitely fun.
So, awesome. Well, Happy New Year, Thumpers.
Yeah.
Ah!
Thanks a lot, guys.
Happy New Year.
We will see you on the other side.
I'm gonna awkwardly go over here so that we can actually end the stream.
I'm just gonna wave awkwardly, like, hold the football, never mind. Hold the football, never mind.
Everybody wave.
This is how I wave.
Goodbye.
Happy
Confronting.
Corpsmas!